Have you ever wondered how top companies keep their IT services running smoothly in today's fast-moving digital world? Welcome to Simplilearn's ITIL full course, your gateway to master IT service management. ITIL is the go-to framework that helps organizations deliver reliable, high-quality IT services that truly support business goals. So whether you're new to IT or you're looking to upgrade your skills, this course, we will build you a solid foundation in ITIL best practices. You'll also explore the key ideas like the service life cycle, service strategy, design, transition, and continual improvement. Plus, we will show you how you can align IT services with what the businesses need and boost efficiency using proven ITIL processes. And by the time you finish, you will be ready to play a role in improving your organization's IT service management. So let's take your IT career to the next level with ITIL. Before we commence, if you're interested to advance your career in IT service management, then check out Simplilearn's ITIL 4 Foundation Certification Training. This is your perfect opportunity. Now, ITIL is the industry-leading framework for managing IT services. And with the help of this course and certification, you will gain essential skills to improve service delivery, enhance customer satisfaction, and also streamline your process. This certification training is designed for IT professionals looking to boost their service management expertise. So hurry up and enroll now and find the course link in the description box below and in the pinned comments.
ITIL is a set of best practices for managing IT services, aligning them with business goals and improving quality. Obtaining the ITIL certification is essential for individuals seeking comprehension of ITIL frameworks and the elevation of IT service management standards. Professionals holding an ITIL certification can potentially enjoy a salary increase up to 40% compared to their counterparts who lack this certification. On that note, have a look at ITIL 4 Foundation Certification Training course by Simplilearn. This certification program provides an introduction to ITIL V4 certification, which covers the latest version of ITIL 4 exam. The aim is to enhance comprehension of managing and enhancing IT-enabled organizations. This training in ITIL V4 certification equips participants with a grasp of fundamental concepts, terminology, optimal approaches, and procedures employed throughout the ITIL 4 life cycle. So hurry up and enroll now. Find the course link in the description box.
In today's rapidly evolving technological landscape, organizations face immense pressure to stay competitive and deliver high-quality IT services. To meet these challenges, professionals in the IT industry are turning to ITIL 4 certification. ITIL, which stands for Information Technology Infrastructure Library, is a globally recognized framework for managing IT services effectively and efficiently. ITIL 4, the latest iteration of the framework, introduces new concepts and practices that align with modern IT practices and methodologies. In the United States area, an ITIL specialist can expect an annual salary of approximately $97,000. Overall demand for information technology workers will continue to grow as companies increasingly rely on data and technology.
So ITIL 4 certification is a recognition or proof that someone has learned and understood the ITIL 4 framework. The ITIL stands for Information Technology Infrastructure Library, which is a set of guidelines or best practices for managing IT services effectively. When someone goes through the ITIL 4 certification process, they learn about the various concepts, principles, and processes involved in managing IT services. They gain knowledge about how to plan, deliver, and support IT services to meet the needs of an organization and its customers. Getting ITIL 4 certified can be beneficial for individuals and organizations. It helps individuals enhance their skills and knowledge in IT service management, making them more valuable in the job market. Now for organizations. For organizations, having ITIL 4 certified professionals means they have employees who understand and can apply industry-recognized best practices, leading to better IT services, delivery, and customer satisfaction. So this was about ITIL 4 certification. Now let's understand 10 reasons to get ITIL 4 certified. So moving on to the first reason, which is ITIL certification helps you stand out from the crowd. So ITIL certification is like a special badge that sets you apart from others in a crowd. It shows that you have a deep understanding of how to manage IT services effectively. When you have an ITIL certification, it means you have learned the best practices and guidelines that many organizations use to make their IT service work smoothly. This sets you apart from others who may not have this knowledge. Employers recognize the value of ITIL certification and are more likely to choose someone who has it because they know that person can help improve their IT service and make their business more successful. Now, the second one is globally recognized. Yes, ITIL certification is a globally recognized achievement that holds the value and importance all around the world. It means that when you earn an ITIL certification, people in different countries will understand and respect your skills and knowledge in IT service management. It's like having a badge of honor that shows you have met the international standards for managing IT services effectively. This recognition can open doors to new job opportunities and career advancements, as employers know that ITIL certification signifies a certain level of expertise and competence. So no matter where you go, your ITIL certification will be recognized and respected in global IT community. The next is ITIL is omnipresent. ITIL being omnipresent means that it is everywhere and widely used in various places. It has become a common and well-known framework for managing IT services across different industries and organizations. Whether it's a small business or a large corporation, many companies rely on ITIL to guide them in delivering high-quality IT services. The reason for its omnipresence is that ITIL provides a set of proven practices and guidelines that help businesses effectively manage their IT services. It also offers a structured approach to planning, implementing, and supporting IT services, which leads to improved efficiency, better customer satisfaction, and overall success. The next is ability to manage business risk and service disruption. The ability to manage business risk and service disruption is another reason, or we can say a crucial reason, for organizations to hire ITIL 4 certified professionals. ITIL provides guidelines and practices that help identify potential risks and develop strategies to mitigate them. By following ITIL principles, businesses can proactively plan for contingencies, minimize the impact of disruptions, and quickly restore services in case of any incidents. This capability ensures that the organization can maintain a stable IT environment, meet service level agreements, and safeguard the continuity of their operations, ultimately protecting their reputation and customer satisfaction. The next reason is gain a competitive edge in the ITSM market. So in today's competitive IT service management, that is ITSM market, standing out from the crowd is essential. ITIL certification can offers organizations a competitive advantage. By adhering to industry recognized best practices, businesses can showcase their commitment to delivering high quality IT services. This reputation can attract more clients and customers, leading to increased business opportunities and revenue. It also differentiates them in the market by following ITIL principles, positions organizations as reliable and trustworthy partners in managing IT services, giving them an edge over their competitors. The next reason we have is boost your career prospects. So obtaining an ITIL certification can significantly enhance career prospects. Employers value professionals who possess a strong understanding of ITIL practices as they demonstrate their competence in IT service management. ITIL certified individuals are often preferred for roles such as IT service managers, IT project managers, or IT consultants. The certification serves as evidence of their expertise and commitment to continuous professional development, making them more desirable candidates for job openings. ITIL certification can also lead to better job opportunities, increased chances of career advancements, and potential higher salaries. Alright, now moving on to the next reason to get ITIL 4 certified, which is better return on investment. Implementing ITIL practices can yield a better return on investment (ROI) for organizations. By aligning IT services with business objectives, organizations can optimize resource allocation and reduce unnecessary costs. ITIL emphasizes on service improvement and efficiency, helps organizations streamline their processes, identifies areas of waste or duplication, and optimize their use of technology and personnel. By ensuring that IT investments contribute directly to business goals, organizations can maximize their ROI, achieve cost savings, and deliver higher value to both internal and external stakeholders. Now the next reason is flexibility. So one of the key advantages of ITIL is its flexibility. The framework provides guidelines and best practices that can be tailored to fit the specific needs and circumstances of different organizations. ITIL principles can be applied to organizations of varying sizes, industries, and maturity levels. This adaptability allows business to implement ITIL in a way that best suits their unique requirements, whether they are undergoing rapid growth, undergoing digital transformation, or facing specific challenges. Organization can customize their ITIL implementation, selecting and adapting the practices that align their goals and resources, thus ensuring maximum effectiveness and efficiency. Now, the next reason to get ITIL certified is future ready. ITIL continuous evolution makes it future ready framework. As technology and businesses landscape evolve, ITIL keeps pace of incorporating emerging trends, best practices and lessons learned from the industry. This ensures that organizations following ITIL remain relevant and adaptive to new challenges and opportunities. ITIL focus on agility, innovation and customer centricity helps organizations stay ahead of the curve, enabling them to embrace new technologies, implementing effective change management and adapt their IT services to meet the evolving needs of customers and the market. Then the next reason to get ITIL certified is achieve operational excellence. Operational excellence is a key goal for organizations and ITIL plays a significant role in achieving it. By adopting ITIL practices, organizations can establish standardized and efficient processes for managing IT services. This leads to improved productivity, reduced errors, and optimized resource utilization. ITIL focus on continual improvement ensures that organizations can consistently enhance their operations, identify areas for optimization, and implement best practices. By achieving operational excellence through ITIL, organization can provide high-quality, reliable IT services that meet or exceed customer expectations, resulting in increased customer satisfaction and loyalty. So these were the 10 reasons to get ITIL 4 certified.
Let us understand the IT service management and its benefit. By applying the best practice framework ITIL 4, what would be the benefits which we get? So for that, let us assume a scenario where two employees are discussing about advantages of adopting and adapting ITIL best practices. Why has ITIL become so popular these days? Large, medium and small organizations across the world use ITIL in order to improve the value of their services. But how can ITIL improve an organization's performance? With ITIL, an organization doesn't just save money but also works more effectively. It also have more benefits that are reduced IT cost, enhanced IT services, improved productivity, better management of business risk and service disruption, improved customer satisfaction by delivering efficient services, and provides guidance to address service management challenges. That's great. Which is the latest ITIL framework and what's new about it? ITIL 4 is the latest update. ITIL has evolved from many years, and ITIL 4 is the latest version, and this was released in February 2019. It focuses on practical approach on how to manage the core principles of quality services, how to implement ITIL from large to small organizations, and how ITIL can be utilized with frameworks such as Agile, Lean, and DevOps. Now, what is in it for us to learn and understand from ITIL 4 tutorial? So as part of this tutorial, we are going to now look at what is ITIL 4, elements of the ITIL 4 framework, that is 4 dimensions, and ITIL service value chain and its components, then details about ITIL 4 certifications and companies using ITIL. So what is ITIL? ITIL is a set of framework of IT service management that helps in aligning IT services with the requirements of the business. So it helps organizations to deliver IT services using the most efficient method. So ITIL goal is to improve efficiency and achieve predictable service delivery. So finally, what it means for us when we say IT service management, information technology service management. So ITSM stands for Information Technology Service Management, where it focuses on how an organization maintains IT services for customers. Also, it controls various activities involved in a process. Activities like planning, designing, delivering, deploying, and managing services. ITIL 4 emphasizes the importance of value creation rather than just delivering services. This involves value. Always, as Lean mentioned repeatedly, value should be always in customer perspective. So there should be an outcome. Generally, we use the term called output for the products or services which are created. But by using that product or services, one has to have realization of the value created by it. So that requires to have certain outcomes. We're not speaking about just the features and function of a specific product or services. We're speaking about how the customer is benefited from that features and functionality, which helps customer or consumers to realize the value. Then creation of a value should be always with collaboration and cooperation. So ITIL 4 more emphasizes on co-creation of value. So this also involves managing specific cost and risk. When we say managing specific cost and risk, it's about service provider to own the cost and risk, and this cost and risk is not for the consumer or customer. So value must be clearly defined. As the purpose of an organization, it is to create value for its stakeholders, whereas outcome is a result of service. They are specific and help you know whether you have reached your goal. So now, to understand the outcome of an output, let us understand this example. An output of wedding photography is the photo album, but the outcome is the satisfaction that is experienced by the client when looking at the album. If album is an output, in the first case, you can see the photos are not clear, means poor customer experience. That would be the outcome. Similarly, the album output where it is very clear, the experience of the customer will be very good. So that is an outcome. So finally, co-creation of value. In order to deliver the high quality output, the service provider should maintain an interactive relationship with its stakeholders and customers. It's very essential to interact, understand the perspective view of the stakeholders, and create the value accordingly. For example, co-creation is a business strategy which helps consumer receive the results based on their requirements. If you take up this scenario of a restaurant where service providers provides certain dish versus service provider provides certain facilities to the consumers of the food in the restaurant, so that they will have a better experience and feedback can be provided then and there itself. So this helps the restaurant personnel to work on those feedbacks and improve the service experience to the customers. The amount of money spent on specific activity or resources should be managed wisely. And as I mentioned earlier, cost and risk of any services provided by a service provider is with service provider. Consumer of a service just pays for a service, and then as the service consumption is complete, they will just offboard themselves. Like you go and book a taxi, you get onboarded to taxi, and then you get off the taxi as you reach your destination. You will not own the vehicle, you are not owning that car, you are not owning that any mobile app if you have used to book the taxi. All the cost and risk associated with these service components would be for service provider. Another example can be Starbucks has offered internet access to its customers, which means all the associated components with the Starbucks internet services, the cost and risk associated with that is owned by Starbucks. Now, what is ITIL 4? So ITIL 4, how to identify whether a service is delivering value to customer and meeting their requirements. Solution, this can be identified by evaluating the utility and warranty. Now it is very essential to understand what is utility and warranty for us. So utility refers to the functionality offered by product in order to meet a specific requirement. For example, utility of a training service is about the timings of the service, the content delivered during the services, the profile of the trainer, etc. Whereas email services, if I take an example, utility is all those parameters, features, functionalities associated with the email services, like mailbox capacity or the speed of emails sending or receiving, etc. Now similarly, warranty refers to the customer with certain assurance of the products, like service availability, information security, service capacity, and service continuity. So these four, service availability, information security, or service capacity and service continuity, has to ensure the specific provided services is having those solutions which will safeguard these requirements of the services, and service will become fit for use. If I take a similar example of email services which we discussed just now. So warranty is about availability of email services. How safe is my message when I send and receive the messages? Means information security. Capacity, do I have a sufficient capacity so that all the emails can be stored? And then continuity, what happens if something goes wrong drastically, some failure happens? Minimum services should be up and running so that my messaging services is on for at least minimum need of the messaging requirements. That is about warranty. So utility refers to fit for purpose, basically referring to features, functionality of the service, whereas warranty refers to these four things: availability, security, capacity, and continuity, making a specific services fit for use. So elements of ITIL 4. So here we are going to look at understanding two main elements defined in ITIL 4, that is 4 dimensions and ITIL service value system. So let us look at 4 dimensions of services. So the 4 dimensions of services involves organizations and people, informations and technology, partners and suppliers, and value streams and processes. Always it is required to look at a service having a holistic picture. So having this holistic picture requires correct understanding about these 4 dimensions of services. So when I say organizations and people, when I say information and technology, partners and suppliers, values and value streams and processes. So all these 4 dimensions will be definitely involved and required to look at for every services. So let us understand these one by one. Now, organization people refers to the organization structure, the culture, the people, the principles, the values revolving around the people and organization structure, which makes for providing better outcomes, for creating better outcomes for the services. Similarly, information and technology involves information and knowledge which is required along with the technology to provide a required services and service management. The partners and suppliers focuses on those stakeholders who supply certain services for a service provider so that service provider can provide the better services to their consumers of the services. Value streams and processes refers to the series of steps organization takes to create, deliver the products throughout the service life cycle of a services. Now to take an example, if I assume a services like taxi services which I defined earlier, we discussed earlier. Who is organization and people? The people sitting in the customer care, the people like drivers, the people sitting in the business, people sitting in the finance, people sitting in the technology. So all these form certain organization structure having people in it. So that fulfills organization people dimension of services. Whereas information and technology, like car itself is a technology device. Information about the schedule or information about the driver. Similarly, the technology platform, the mobile app, what you use can be the one which you can visualize for information and technology. For partners and suppliers, now generally if you look at the examples like Ola or Uber services, taxi services, they are not employed by the Ola or Uber. They are the partners and suppliers for providing the taxi services to Ola on Uber on behalf of Ola and Uber. So similarly, internet services will be provided to Ola and Uber by a supplier. So partners and suppliers involvement is essential in any services. Now value streams and processes. Now when you actually open a mobile app and book a taxi, you need a process which has to be established and defined. And this process would connect to the trigger or to check what vehicles are available and book a vehicle for you, allocate a vehicle for the specific consumer. Similarly, that process triggering to a billing system. Likewise, many processes are connected with each other, forming a value stream to achieve a specific objective of a consumer, and this involves many processes. So considering these 4 dimensions, every services has these 4 dimensions, and consideration of these 4 dimensions are essential while strategizing a services, designing a services, transitioning a services, delivering a services, supporting a services throughout the life cycle of the services. So all these 4 dimensions are impacted by an external factors, 6 external factors. So these 6 external factors can also be called as pestle factors, which is basically political factor, economic factors, social factors, technological factors, legal factors, and environmental factors. So further, each dimension, as I mentioned, is affected by multiple factors, and we saw that. And next, let us look at ITIL service value system. So this forms the core part of ITIL framework. So this shows an end-to-end view about what is involved in service value system. So it starts with opportunity demand, which is shown in the left side, and every services creating the value and continually improve to align and create the value. So when I say opportunities and demand, so which becomes a reason for triggering an actions and activities and move from left to right. Similarly, as it moves from left to right, the value is created. Opportunity, the term opportunity refers to the needs, requirements of customers or consumers, which is realized by service provider to fulfill. Whereas demand represents the requirement for products and services from the customers. So either opportunity realized by service provider, which is unfulfilled need of consumers or customers, whereas demand, where customer or consumer is asking and booking those products or services from you, would create certain actions with the service providing organizations. So ultimately, it should result in creation of those product or services with the specific features and functions. So those would enable the creation of value, and also that value represents a valuable outcome. Now, the components of service value system, as we saw, guiding principles is one of that, which help in providing a comprehensive vision of how an organization should manage a service. So there are 7 principles. So that is focus on value, start where you are, think and work holistically, progress iteratively with feedback, keep it simple and practical, collaborate and promote visibility, and optimize and automate. So when we say focus on value, which means everything we do as part of services. So every task an organization does should create value for stakeholders, especially it should encourage to focus on user experience and give better consumer experience so that there can be continually the value is realized by the consumer or customers. Next principle, start where you are, refers to ensuring that organization assess and analyze the scenarios to identify and improve things on a continual basis. For example, organization assessing and analyzing the existing processes to identify and improve. So progress iterative and feedback. This opts for a feedback during every iterations of the work. Always ensures to organize work into small and manageable sections which can lead to quick results. Collaborate and promote visibility. It is very essential to collaborate with customers, users, suppliers, and all the stakeholders who are involved in services and service actions, as it helps in creating much better value. Think and work holistically. So this creates a process that adds value to the customers or consumers and business, and always helps in identification of different ways to enhance the performance of the processes, because this provides the end-to-end view of a services. Keep it simple and practical. It is always important to opt for minimum steps that are correct and do not add processes that create value to the stakeholders. Optimize and automate. So optimize and automate refers to consideration of the services which needs to be optimized and automated, which helps in improving the efficiency and effectiveness, and also optimize the resources and costs. Next component of service value system is governance. So when we say governance basically is responsible for evaluating, directing, and monitoring the IT service management by adopting the guiding principles defined in ITIL 4 framework. It may also does demonstrate these principles considering the currently available or the principles which are defined in the organization. So this involves three main activities, that is evaluate, direct, and monitor. So evaluate refers to the performance of reviews of the services on a continual basis based on the stakeholder requirements, so that how the services are performing, how the new opportunities coming up would be understood and that can made visible. The directions, whatever is provided based on the evaluation done for the ITSM organization, so that accordingly the required directions can be accomplished. When I say direction, for example, organization can have a directions to enhance the business opportunities. When I say business opportunities, increase the sales by 25% in coming quarter. When organization says this, now in what way IT service management can contribute to that? In what way the readiness of IT service management should be when organization enhances its business to 25%? Should we optimize something with us, or should we increase certain set of resources and capabilities so that increase of the business to 25% is actually supported or complemented by IT service management? Then as you implement that, as this direction is set, whether ITSM is contributing to that has to be checked, monitored. So it has to monitor the performance of the organization and has to check whether the practices, the products, the services, are they aligned? Are they in line with the direction given by the governing body? It is very essential to understand this and have this in practice, so that services always continue to be aligned with the service organization's business requirements, and also the organizations or consumers who are using the services of a service provider. So it aligns to that as well. So evaluate, direct, and monitor happens continually, regularly, so that continued alignment of direction to the set direction by the governing body is ensured. So next component is service value chain, which is basically a component which is in the middle of a service value system. So this will have a set of interconnected activities that an organization performs to deliver a valuable product or services to its consumers. So this will have many activities like engage, plan, improve, design and transition, obtain and build, deliver and support, product and services. Now as you see in the left side you have a demand, right side you have a value. Now the demand which is represented in the left side, you don't see opportunities as it was mentioned in the service value system framework. In the left side we had demand and opportunity in that picture, but here we don't see that. The simple reason here, in a service value chain being part of service value system, it is always demand. When we refer to opportunities in service value system, the moment it is realized there is an opportunity, the discussion happens based on that and decision happens. As the decisions happen, now it is required to fulfill that demand by a service providing organization. That is the reason we don't see the word opportunity here. So as the demand is seen, now the engagement happens. Now how the engagement happens? So here it involves first planning. So planning refers to the activities involving creating plans, portfolios, architectures, policies, etc., which provides an organization a direction, a clarity in terms of what to do. If you refer to previous version of ITIL like ITIL V3, you can think about a service strategy part of the actions which used to take, like understanding the perspective of services, planning for the services, understanding service requirements, service level requirements, right? So which will enable to get the clarity in terms of the detail about the services and what are those results which are required to be established. So now people would contribute to these activities and must have great analytical and management skills. There should be clear visualization about the services end to end. Like the principle we said, having a holistic approach. So unless I have a holistic picture, a bird's eye view, I cannot understand what services is being delivered and what is that value it is going to be created. So this full picture of services end to end has to be visualized. That is the reason plan is on the top like an umbrella. So one has to understand that very clearly. So as you get the insight towards that particular service requirement, service level requirements, once the plan is ready, then you will move forward with engage. So you engage with the right set of stakeholders. Now why should we engage with the stakeholders? Engaging with stakeholders requires clear focus on understanding the requirements as needed by the consumers. We may require to document this, we may require to understand what is that people need skills and competency, right, in terms of engaging, and we need to know and demonstrate that. So while you understand and get a good understanding about the needs of the stakeholders may be like end user who are using the services, customers who are discussing straight, who are giving the requirements, whereas the suppliers who is also asking about the requirements in terms of provisioning their services to the service provider. So the engagement should go on with all those stakeholders to understand clearly and also set the expectation clearly to those stakeholders. So you may require to set an expectation to consumers, you may require to set an expectation to suppliers, you may require to set an expectation to users, and this has to continue throughout. So continually engaging with all the stakeholders throughout the service value system, and it's very rigorous as part of service value chain. So next activity would be design and transition. So design and transition focuses on creating and releasing new and changed services. Now when we say designing a new services, if you recall the points with what we had in ITIL V3, like 4 P's we used to discuss, which we just saw like 4 dimensions. So people, process, products and partners, which is aligned to 4 dimensions thought which we just saw in the previous slides. So that is very essential to visualize. And defining service solution, defining technology architectures, defining processes, defining metrics, defining measurement methods and tools to measure that particular service and service performance. So this requires understanding and having those individuals who have comprehensive understanding about service management, and they should contribute to this entire exercise of design and transitioning. So unless you have that holistic picture what we are mentioning while planning and also while engaging to get the clarity, so designing would not provide you that blueprint required. Service design package we call it as, which we use this term in ITIL V3 perspective. But however, the terminology would not change. The blueprint, the service design package, what you have for a service, it is very necessary to have that in place with the detailed considerations of all the 4 dimensions of the services and also considering the impact of the pestle factors. So further, obtain and build. So obtain and build focuses on development and management of the infrastructure and applications. So you obtain means you acquire resources, you acquire components, infrastructure components like servers, storage, database or application platforms, the testing platforms you acquire, you test those, you make it ready, you set up that environment required for creation of a services, transition of a services, you obtain and build. Then further you deliver and support. This requires to ensure that services are delivered and supported in a way that meets stakeholders' expectations. So as you engage on a continual basis, there is a collaborations which is going on throughout. And also like progress iteratively with feedback, you need to take that approach so that you will have a feedback. So by doing this, you are demonstrating all the 7 principles. Right. So services provisioning is one part of it. New services provisioning or modifying the existing services to enhance the performance of the existing services with added features and functionality is one thought. Similarly, while there is an incident, while there is a disruption, while there is a failure, it is required to resolve those. Even in that scenario, one has to understand what are the impacts to the services, what are the impacts to the business, and handle accordingly. And this is true for while introducing a new services and while resolving the incidents or issues associated with the specific services which are up and running. So when it is happening with the better collaboration with the customers, consumers, suppliers, every stakeholders obviously will involve actively and they contribute as well as realize the value. It is very important that people contributing to this activity and need to be very good at prioritizing and managing complex workloads. So services such as resolving incidents, monitoring applications and infrastructure, generating reports, all these are the actions which happens as part of deliver and support. Now improve every services, every service components, every processes, every individuals has to be improved. So the focus on software development and management of cloud infrastructure and third-party services, which happens as part of service value chain. This we can term it as an example where your improvement can be focused on. Now, when I say improve, improvement at all levels. You can think of improvement at a component level, improvement at an integration level, improvement at a service level, improvement at contribution to the business level. So as you go on each of these levels, it is quite obvious that you need to measure the performances at each of these levels. So as you measure the performances at each of these level, it provides you certain insight. Is the performance is according to what is required, what is planned, or is the services, is there a deviation from the required performance? In either of these scenarios, it is very essential to check and see if there is any opportunity for improvement. If things are going as planned, then it's okay. So you need to identify the opportunities to improve further from that level. That would become baseline. If things are not happening the way it is planned, obviously that corrections are required. Again, the improvement thought comes in. So every services at any given point in time, one has to keep seeking the opportunities for improvement and keep improving. That comes through feedback, what you get on a continual basis from the consumers and users. Next component is practices. So there are around 34 practices, management practices, which are designed to accomplish the specific objectives of a services. Now, when I say 34 practices, earlier we used to have called processes, which we used to say process and functions in ITIL v3 framework. So ITIL v3 had defined 26 processes and then 5 life cycle stages and also 4 functions. Now here in ITIL 4, realizing that not a specific process is dedicated or associated with only one life cycle stage. Each of those processes has so much of complexity, it cannot just called as a process and it has to be called as a practice because of the complexity and transactions involved. For example, if I take incident management, we used to call it as a process and we need to use to look at that as a process as part of service operation. Now, incident management process as part of service operation, fine, but what are the amount of activities it involves? What is the complexity of it? It goes across the various different functions. So looking at this scenario where this process goes across various functions to get it resolved. Now you think of a scenario where I need to resolve incident by doing certain changes. Now I trigger a change management. Now if you look at the entire framework of ITIL v3, change management is actually defined in service transition lifecycle stage. Now, but in operations you have incident management, whereas change management is in transition. So is that service moving back to the previous lifecycle stage? That was the confusion. So instead of that, if you say there is an incident management practice which is applicable irrespective of the stage of that particular service, change control which is applicable across the life cycle irrespective of the scenario the services is into, so then you are not bound to any specific life cycle stage. So while incident occurs, straight away you go and take the help of change control and then implement the required changes and then close the incidents. So this does not have any specific attachment or tying between a specific stage of the service life cycle. So if you can able to recall and visualize, ITIL v3 defined about 5 life cycle stages. First stage was service strategy having 5 processes, service design having 8 processes, service transition having 7 processes, service operation having 5 processes, and continual service improvement having around 1 process aligned with CSI model, continual service improvement model. Now, each of these process like SLA, service level agreement, which is there in service design stage. So this is discussed in strategy as well, and this service levels has to be monitored and managed during the service operations, and services has to be created and transitioned, aligning with the service levels defined in design. So this is what the thought was. But the existence of that service level SLA, service process, what we used to call, was there universally across the life cycle. Initially to define, next to transition, next to monitor and manage. So it was there. So the process gets triggered some point in time, but it is there throughout. Now, in ITIL 4, this particular practice is not bound to a specific life cycle stage. So whenever it is required, it is triggered. And each of these practices are interconnected certain way. If I take another example, like information security management. So this is also important throughout the life cycle. And very interesting part here is information security management practice is the one which is not just for a service provided by service provider alone. The practice of information security should be practiced across the organization, service providers organization, so that better information security can be provided to all the services provided by a service provider. So keeping this in mind, the 34 practices are grouped into 3 major categories: general management practice, service management practice, and technical management practices. When I say general management practice, so these general management practices, which are around 14 practices, are applicable across the organization, right? The general management practices are applicable across the organization, and this is not bound to any specific services. For example, change transformation, right? So if you have a major change which you used to call in ITIL V3, so that required certain amount of time to move the organization thought, the culture, everything towards certain level, so that the change can become successful across the organization. Similarly, information security management, which I just mentioned. So many practices which are not just associated with one service can be generally applicable across the organization. So 14 general management practices are defined. So similarly, that 14 general management practices includes information security management, relationship management, strategic management, portfolio management. When I say portfolio, it is a portfolio of the organization, not just about one service. So architecture management and enterprise architecture, what we're speaking about, and service financial management overall for all the services, workforce and talent management, continual improvement of all the services to suit the business requirement, to align and complement to the business, measurement and reporting as a whole, risk management, knowledge management, organizational change management, which I just mentioned and explained in terms of having organizational transformation, project management, supplier management. So when I say information security management, to reiterate on, so this has to focus on ensuring the safeguarding, confidentiality, integrity and availability of information and information asset of organization. So only then all that activities I do as part of this organization will be under the umbrella of information security focus. So all that I do in this organization, so I need to ensure the information security is taken care. People moving from entry gate to my data center. So can I define that as part of data center services? No, I have a data center facility, but someone entering the premises, everyone who comes into my premises need not go to data center, but they move around the data center. It's quite obvious. I need to safeguard. Someone should not tailgate without anybody's knowledge. I need to set the controls at organization level. So people who are not authorized will not move towards data center. So the next level of security enablement can happen exclusively for data center. So that is again, that is aligned with the framework of information security for the organization. So it is very essential to consider these practice at the organization level rather than just at a service level. The moment I focus at organization level, so all the applicable services will also get initiated and implementation of that particular practice, that's application of that particular service as well. Similarly, if you look at relationship management, so when I say relationship, at the broader perspective, relationship happens with two entities, two organizations, two individuals, two organization, two enterprises. So it is of that size. It's not about one individual have a relationship with another individual. A service manager has a relationship with another manager. It is not that. It's about two entities, service provider organization and customer organization, consumers organization. There should be relationship. And this relationship management also you can look at in terms of having across the organization within the various different departments and function within the organization. Similarly, relationship between a manager and subordinate, relationship between colleagues, relationship between suppliers and service provider, relationship between service provider and customer. So it's across. So main purpose of this is to ensure a good relationship is maintained between organizations and its stakeholders. Only then that required collaboration and transactions can happen to make the business successful. So keeping in this mind, rest all the practices, as I mentioned, strategic management or portfolio management, architecture management, service financial management, workforce and talent management, continual improvement, measurement and reporting, risk management, knowledge management, organizational change management, project management, supplier management, all these has to consider across the organization perspective. Organization as a whole they should look at, right? So only then the required practice of making people to understand about the dynamics of the services, dynamics of the business can be enabled. I'll take one vague example, like you have we took the example of restaurant earlier. Now if I speak about relationship management relating to that restaurant, now who has to maintain the relationship now? The waiter who goes and speaks to the consumers who comes to the restaurant. There should be a relationship established. If not a relationship which lasts for long, on one-on-one basis, it's about creation of that experience, because that is one of the touch points. Now that is one experience what that consumer will have. The moment the consumer enters the restaurant, the ambience of the restaurant, the people who take care of the ambience of the restaurant, if they get the right feedback in time, what kind of ambience would help? What is the feedback about this from the customer? There is a transaction and relationship which is happening. Similar, the billing team, the people working in the kitchen versus the waiter, the time they manage, the information flow from them to the waiter and then to the consumers. So all, and taste of the food. Is that customers enjoying the food? Feedback going back to the kitchen and making necessary corrections there and fitting the need of the customers and consumers on a regular basis. So understanding this relationship across, so that it's quite obvious the consumer of a service will have a better experience. And this is it's not a one-time job. It should be there always and should continue throughout. It is very essential to demonstrate this. Only then customer will have a better experience. So likewise, all these generic practices should be applicable across the organization and demonstrated, so that you can create a better service experience to the consumers. So next is service management practices. So service management practices are the one which is applicable to specific services which are used for development, deployment, delivery and support in the organization's environment. When I say organization, it may be organization of service provider, organization of consumer, organization of supplier. So this involves around 17 practices. That is IT asset management, monitor and event management, means monitoring each of the service components and the service performance. Business analysis, service catalog management of all the operational services, service design, service level management for the specific service, availability management, capacity and performance management, service continuity management, service desk. Now remember, service desk was called as function when we were studying ITIL V3, but realizing service desk itself is a practice where all the 4 dimensions is applicable. So service desk is also termed as practice, and there is no word called function used in ITIL 4. So incident management, service request management. So request fulfillment was the terminology used there. Here it is service request management, problem management, release management, service validation and testing, service configuration management, change control. The 7 service management practices. Now looking at one of these practices like IT asset management. So we need to understand what is IT asset. So all those assets like server, a database, an application, an individual. So each of these forms service asset. We can also call it as configuration items. So one has to manage those so that their valuable asset are realized, managed properly, and they are performing and delivering at the level which is required to accomplish that required performance for creating a better service value to the consumers of the services. So IT assets are managed throughout the life cycle of that particular IT asset, and it is very essential to keep those IT assets performance at that level, so that no IT assets which are not considered are not kept without the visibility of those assets in the IT service management, so that they are performing at certain level, ensuring the services will be performing better, and that better service performance would result in better complement or contribution to the business. Similarly, if I look at monitoring and event management, now I am monitoring the services, the performance of the service components, and then their behaviors, the capacity utilized, the availability of those. So I'm monitoring those and learning the behavior of those service components, CIs. So emphasizing on generating and detecting the status of IT services, its CIs throughout the life cycle of the service. so that this will keep me clear, providing that better picture, so that I will have a clarity in terms of what needs to be addressed at what point in time. So today's monitoring and event management tools, if I speak about, is so capable compared with the way it was there like 15-20 years back. It's so capable. Today we're speaking about bringing automation to it. Already a lot of tools are automated that way, which provides predictive analysis, which would provide the required action to improve the experience of the services. So that is the capability what we are speaking today. So focusing on this monitoring and event management need of a specific service. What needs to be looked at? Something which is non-acceptable behavior. What is that? We can term it as something which is okay. This is how the behavior should be. That needs to be understood correctly. And then whenever the deviation occurs, monitoring and event management would throw an alert. At the same time, it will also keep analyzing the trend of it and providing necessary insight towards what actions needs to be taken. So likewise, each of these practices specific to each of the services has to be looked at carefully and demonstrated. So while doing this, one should not ignore the fact that alignment to those 7 principles defined. It is very essential. So next is technical management practices. So when we say technical management practices, it refers to the management of technology domains for the service management purposes by expanding or shifting their focus from technology solutions to IT services. So if I'm just looking at a server, for example, an application, for example, as an individual component, so I'm not seeing entire service as a whole. But however, my focus being on that individual IT component is also essential. I cannot ignore that part. So the technical management practices are of 3 types, which includes deployment management, software development and management, infrastructure and platform management. So overall, general management practices 14, service management practices 17, and technical management practices 3. So totally 34 management practices defined in ITIL 4. So when I say deployment management, now as you design and transition, obtain and build to deliver, you need to deploy. Now while deploying, that deployment has to be scheduled, like release scheduling we do. So once that is scheduled, then deployment would happen at certain point in time. So deployment practice would help in terms of designing and managing and controlling the build, test and deployment of releases in order to deliver new functionality required by the business. And this is for a specific service or something which needs to be transitioned or implemented as part of the service life cycle, where you need a specific technical or technological actions, right, that are defined very clearly, and those needs to be complied with. Similarly, if we speak about software development and management, it would focus on enhancing the quality of software development and ensures to provide the required functionality for IT services. So specific practice depending on the kind of platforms which are used. Similarly for infrastructure and platform management. A question may arise. Here we are speaking about the practices which are general, which are service specific, which are technical. But what about the people? Now people is also a resource. As the overall practices what we have, all these are done by people. So one has to look at enhancing the capabilities of the individuals which are required to demonstrate all of these activities. That is definitely one important focus, which specifically it may not mention, but it is very essential to have those individuals. So various roles where it can come across, like service manager, process owner, service owner, which we used to see as a designation, and also roles of service management. Those individuals, those roles needs to have a specific required competencies and capabilities. Only then they can perform here as part of these practices. So next component for service value system is continual improvement. So as we say continual improvement, it's for entire service value system, which ensures that IT services continuously align to stakeholders' expectations. So we just don't speak about fulfilling the expectation of stakeholders, going beyond that expectation. It's very important. So meaning giving better service experience. So the support continual improvement at all levels. ITIL service value system includes continual improvement model, which has continual improvement practice and the improve service value chain activity, right? So when I say the ITIL continual improvement model, this would provide a structured approach to the organization in order to bring the required improvements on regular basis. And the word used is continual, not continuous. So continual in the sense we take that approach of PDCA. We plan, do, check and act, and that continues PDCA. Then improve service value chain activities, that is to establish continual improvement into service value chain, right? So we saw that improve in service value chain as well, if you, the down one in the service value chain picture. Then continual improvement practice, which supports organization in the day-to-day improvement efforts. So this happens aligning to the CSI model, which is redefined compared with the model what was defined in the previous version of ITIL. So that is having 7 steps, like what is the vision being the first question, where are we now, at what stage are we now, where are we now, then where do we want it to be, how do we achieve our goal, how do we get there, then once you have a plan to get there, take action to get there, then did we achieve our goal, did we get there, then keep the momentum going by having that feedback. So this particular CSI model for continual improvement is aligned and followed. For example, if I say what is the vision of organization to become a best service provider in the region where we are doing the business, if this is the vision, then are we the best service provider at this point in time? You're answering that questions. Where are we now? At what stage are we now? Where are we now? So you're answering no, we are not the best, we are in the 3rd position. So then next immediate action, what will you take? Where do you want it to be? So mostly you take an action in terms of identification of those gaps which needs to be addressed, identification of those opportunities which needs to be taken care of, so that you can move ahead in terms of reaching that position. So next position would be at least reaching near to second one or becoming second one would be the target. Then how do we achieve that? How do we achieve that goal? How do we move forward? You set up a plan for it. You draft a clear plan and then take action. Do it. Then you check. Did we achieve our goal? Did we get there? So if you are there, excellent. If you're not there, work on it again. Based on that feedback, again work based on the vision. If you achieved, set up a next target. If you're not achieved, check out what is that we did not do. Let us continue to do that so that we will achieve that goal. So this CSA model was depicted and followed in ITIL 4 framework. This is the one which is actually mentioned in ITIL 4. Okay, so next we will look at understanding the certification, various different certifications level defined in ITIL 4. So now ITIL 4 foundation certification is an entry level certification which offers basic knowledge of ITIL key elements, core concepts and terminologies used in ITIL 4. The various levels of certifications as defined in ITIL 4 certification scheme is like ITIL foundation is the basic level of certification. There are 3 types of modules in ITIL specialist certification and 2 modules in ITIL strategist modules. So create, deliver, support, drive stakeholder value, high velocity IT are the 3 ITIL specialist modules, whereas direct, plan and improve, digital and IT strategy are the 2 strategies modules. So to accomplish ITIL managing professional, one has to complete these 4 modules. So each of these modules, create, deliver and support, drive stakeholder value, high velocity IT, direct, plan and improve are a separate examination. Similar to accomplish the certification of ITIL strategic leader, one has to complete direct, plan and improve and digital and IT strategy certifications. So once this is complete, the next level is ITIL master certification. So ITIL 4 foundation examination format would look like this. The duration of the examination is 1 hour. So totally there are 40 multiple choice questions. So each right answers would carry 1 marks and the duration of examination is like 60 minutes. So one has to score 26, that is 65% for 40 questions given, and there is no negative marking for wrong answers. So once you complete the foundation certification, one can move forward towards accomplishing the next level of certification. I will redo this slide from this slide. The companies using ITIL practices. Let us look at few of the examples. So first example for us would be the case of Disney. So why Disney is using ITIL? So it is one of the famous companies that has adopted ITIL. So some of the reasons why Disney is using and what are those issues it had earlier. So Disney was facing the issues to maintain up-to-date and accurate information on their applications. Similarly, the company's management system had difficulty in identifying the right costumes for their cast members and schedule swaps when necessary. It was a challenge to maintain the availability of assets for the customers. So adoption of ITIL in Disney has improved service delivery and performance, 100% availability of assets, improved reliability, maintainability and scalability of IT services, then increase in customer engagement. So similarly, there are many organizations similar to Disney has adopted ITIL and has seen that value realization happening to them. So some more organizations similar to Disney's example what we saw would be Datacom Systems Inc., Muller, Metso, IRS and list goes on.
Hello everyone, welcome to this video by Simplilearn. Today, we are going to dive into the world of problem management in ITIL, which is a crucial aspect of the IT service management. Before we get into the topic, let's start with some basic terminologies and understand how ITIL is connected to this concept of problems. ITIL, or the Information Technology Infrastructure Library, is a widely adopted framework that provides best practices for delivering high-quality IT services. It helps organizations align their IT services with businesses' needs and ensure seamless operations. So, what exactly is a problem in the context of ITIL? Well, a problem is the underlying cause of one or more incidents. On the other hand, an incident is an unplanned disruption or impairment of a service. Think of it like this: an incident is the symptom, while the problem is the root cause behind it. For example, imagine your computer shows a blue screen error. The blue screen is the incident, but what's causing it? That's the problem we need to solve. It could be due to a faculty driver, memory issue, overheating, or a bad display adapter. Without addressing the root cause, the blue screen will keep happening. Problem management is the structured approach to identifying, analyzing, and resolving these underlying problems. The goal is to prevent incidents from recurring and minimize their impact on the IT services. In this video, I will guide you through the essentials of problem management in ITIL. We will start by understanding what problem management is, why is it so important. Then we will explore the three main phases and the relationship with other key ITIL processes, the roles and responsibilities, techniques used to manage these problems, key performance indicators to track, and the best practices and tips.
Craving a career upgrade? Subscribe, like, and comment below. Dive into the link in the description to fast-track your ambitions. Whether you're making a switch or aiming higher, Simplilearn has your back.
If you are interested in this field and want to become a certified ITIL professional, join Simplilearn's ITIL certification training course. This course is designed to guarantee your success on the first attempt, helping you ace the ITIL foundation exam. Earn 22 PDUs with our comprehensive learning experience featuring over 30 quizzes, 4 mock tests, 6 simulation assessment, and more than 100 premium exam questions. Engage in both live classes and self-paced content, complete with real-life case studies and quizzes. Enroll now and take the next step in your ITIL journey. So do not forget to check out the course in the description box below and in the pinned comment. Without further ado, let's get started. So let's start with what is problem management in ITIL. Problem management is a process that helps you identify the root cause of these incidents and find permanent solutions to stop them from happening again. It's all about analyzing and resolving problems proactively so your IT service runs smoothly and consistently. But there's more to unpack. Let's dive a bit deeper. Importance of problem management. First off, why is problem management so important? It helps reduce the number of recurring incidents, minimize downtime, and ensure reliability services. It saves money in the long run by fixing the root causes instead of applying temporary band-aids. It keeps your customers happy by providing stable and consistent IT services. It also helps you improve your processes by identifying the areas that need optimization. To understand the importance of problem management, let's look at a real-world example of a company where employees frequently face system crashes due to software conflicts. Each time this happens, productivity takes a hit, causing delays and frustrations. Initially, the IT team applies quick fixes, but the crashes keep recurring. With problem management, the IT team investigates the root causes of these crashes and discovers that a recent software update is incompatible with the other applications. By identifying the root cause, they roll back an update and implement a compatible version. This permanent fix not only stops the crashes but also improves overall system stability. As a result, employee productivity increases and the company saves money by avoiding repeated downtime and support cost. Let us now discuss how does a problem management work. Let's break down the stages with our example. Problem identification. Spotting potential problems through reported incidents or by monitoring your system. For example, the IT team notices frequent system crashes reported by employees. These incidents are flagged during the routine monitoring and through help desk reports. Problem logging. Once the issue is identified, the IT team logs all the relevant details into their management system. This includes the affected service, the impact on employee productivity, and any error messages or related documents. Categorization and prioritization. The logged problems are then categorized based on severity and impact. System crashes affecting many users and causing significant downtime, which are given high priority. Investigation and diagnosis. The IT team conducts a thorough investigation using trend analysis and cause and effect diagrams, discovering that the crashes began after a recent software update, indicating a compatibility issue with existing applications. Workaround and escalation. To minimize disruption, a temporary workaround is implemented. This might involve rolling back the software update on critical systems while a more permanent solution is developed. If the problem is complex, the issue might be escalated to specialized technical terms. Problem resolution. The IT team works on a permanent fix. They develop a compatible software version or a patch that resolves the conflict, test it thoroughly, and then deploys it across the organization. Problem closure. After successfully implementing the solution, the problem record is closed. All relevant documentations is updated to reflect the solution and steps taken. Then we have review. The final step is review of the entire process to identify any lessons learned or areas for improvement. This helps in refining the problem management practices for future issues. But problem management doesn't operate on its own. It's closely linked to the other ITIL processes. Let's discuss the relationship between problem management and the other key ITIL process, incident management. Incidents often lead to the problem identification. Change management. Resolving problems might require changes to IT infrastructure or services. Then we have the knowledge management. The knowledge base stores information about known errors and solutions. Continual improvement. Problem management aims to identify areas for process optimization. To make all this happen, we need a dedicated team with specific roles. What are the roles and responsibilities in a problem management? According to the ITIL framework, let's break it down. First, we have the problem manager. This person oversees the entire problem management process, identifying problems, assigning tasks, managing investigations, and ensuring issues are resolved on time. Then there's the problem owner. They handle specific problems, find the root causes, develop solutions, and work with stakeholders to fix the issues effectively. The technical analyst. They dig into the technical details of problems, conducting thorough investigations to find solutions. Then we have the service desk team logs and categorize problem records, link them to existing incidents, and find initial support before escalating them to problem management. The change manager assesses how problem resolutions affect IT infrastructure and services, ensuring any necessary changes are planned, tested, and implemented correctly. Lastly, other IT support teams like application networks, database support may also be involved depending on the problem. In ITIL, these roles work together to identify, analyze, and resolve problems quickly and effectively, minimizing the impact on the business and maintaining the quality of IT services. Each role is crucial to the problem management process, ensuring everything runs smoothly and efficiently. So how do we effectively manage these problems? Let's discuss some of the techniques used to manage the problems. We can use techniques like root cause analysis to find underlying causes. Then we have the trend analysis to spot patterns and recurring issues. The fishbone diagram to visualize problems. Then we have the brainstorming sessions to generate solutions. Known error databases for quick reference. Let's talk about what KPIs should you track. To track our effectiveness, we monitor key performance KPIs such as number of open problems, average time to resolve problems, percentage of recurring incidents, cost of problem management activities, customer satisfaction with problem resolution. Let us now talk about some of the best practices and tips for effective problem management in ITIL. First, foster a culture of problem reporting within your organization. Encourage everyone to report issues, no matter how small, to catch problems early. Establish a clear process and procedures so everyone knows their role and the steps to follow. Invest in training to develop strong problem management skills across your team. Leverage tool and automation to streamline the process and make it more efficient. Collaborate across IT services management process to ensure a holistic approach to problem solving. Finally, continuously reviewing and improving your practices based on your feedback and experiences. By implementing these practices, you can keep your IT services running smoothly, save money, prevent recurring issues, and keep your customers satisfied.
Hello everyone, welcome to this video by Simplilearn. Today, we are diving into a critical aspect of IT operations that can make or break a business: incident management. Suppose you're working on a crucial project and suddenly your laptop screen goes black. Is that an incident or is it just another event in your day? Well, let's clear that up right away. An incident is an event that disrupts or reduces the quality of a service, requiring an emergency response. In this situation, black screen error is an incident. But here's the thing. Every incident is an event, but not every event is an incident. Let me explain. Say you are scheduled to have a video call at 2 p.m. That's an event. It happens, you join, all is good. But what if your video app crashes right before the call? That event just turned into an incident. Now, why does this matter? In our digital age, even a small hiccup can have big consequences. But here's the good news. With a robust incident management process, you can turn a potential disaster into a minor hiccup. How? Simply put, it's the process that IT and development teams use to respond to these unplanned disruptions and get services back to normal. It's like having a well-rehearsed fire drill for your IT systems. So in this video, I will walk you through the incident management process step by step. We'll cover everything from identifying and logging an incident to resolving it, the essential tools required, various types of incident processes, and even learning from it to prevent future issues.
Craving a career upgrade? Subscribe, like, and comment below. Dive into the link in the description to fast-track your ambitions. Whether you're making a switch or aiming higher, Simplilearn has your back.
But before we commence, if you're interested in this field and want to become a certified ITIL professional, join Simplilearn's ITIL 4 certification training course. This course is designed to guarantee your success on first attempt, helping you ace the ITIL 4 foundation exam. Earn 22 PDUs with our comprehensive learning experience featuring over 30 quizzes, 4 mock tests, 6 simulation assessments, and more than 100 premium exam questions. Engage in both live classes and self-paced content, compete with real-life case studies and quizzes. Enroll now and take the next step in your ITIL journey. So, don't forget to check out the course in the description box below and the pinned comments. So without any further ado, let's get started. So, what is incident management and how is it related to ITIL? At its core, incident management is a process used by development and IT teams to respond to these disruptions and restore services to their operational state. It's like having a well-rehearsed fire drill, but for IT issues. The goal is to reduce downtime and minimize the impact on productivity. Now, where does ITIL come in? ITIL, or Information Technology Infrastructure Library, is like a cookbook for IT services. It provides best practices and incident management is one of its key recipes. ITIL gives IT teams a framework to manage incidents efficiently, ensuring they are not just putting out fires, but also learning how to prevent them. Let us now see why this is so important. Effective incident management can boost efficiency. With clear processes, IT teams can respond faster, improve service quality, prioritize and resolve issues promptly. Reduce downtime. Less downtime means more productivity. Learn and prevent. By analyzing incidents, teams can prevent future issues. Now let's take a real-world example. Imagine you are running an e-commerce site and it's Black Friday. Thousands of customers are on your site ready to spend their hard-earned money. Suddenly, your server crashes.
That's not just an incident, that's a potential disaster. Without a solid incident management process, you could be looking at hours of downtime, lost sales, and damaged reputation. In that Black Friday scenario, an efficient incident management team would quickly identify the server crash, switch to backup servers, and have the site up and running in minutes, not hours. That's the power of good incident management. So we have now understood the importance. Let us discuss the types of incident management. ITSM or IT Service Management Teams. They are the general practitioners of IT, ensuring all IT services align with business needs. Site Reliability Engineering, SRE. They are the specialists focusing on building robust, scalable systems to prevent incidents. DevOps. They are the bridge between development and operations, aiming to make software delivery faster and more reliable. Each team brings a unique perspective, but all aim to keep your IT running smoothly. DevOps teams in particular follow a you build it, you run it approach. They believe that the engineers who build a service are best equipped to fix it when it breaks. Now let's move on to incident management process. Imagine you're working on a crucial project for your company's biggest client. You have got a presentation in an hour and suddenly your laptop screen goes black. Well, this is where incident management comes to the rescue. Let's see how. Incident logging. You can quickly grab your phone and log this incident through your company's IT portal. You type, laptop screen went blank, presentation in an hour, along with your name and the time it happened. This is the first critical step. Every detail matters because it helps the IT team understand the urgency and impact. Categorization. Your incident lands in the IT service desk's queue. The technician reads your report and categorizes it under hardware and subcategory display issues. Why is this important? Well, if 10 more people report similar issues next week, the IT team can quickly spot this trend and investigate if there's a widespread hardware problem. Prioritization. Now, the technician has to decide how urgent your issue is. He or she sees that you have got a big presentation. That's urgent for you. But they also know that the sales team's CRM system is down, affecting 50 people. So they mark your laptop as priority 3. It's urgent, but not impacting the whole business like the CRM system, which is priority 1. Initial diagnosis and escalation. The IT team remotely accesses your laptop and tries a few quick fixes, restarting and checking display settings. No luck, they can't fix it remotely, so they log all required findings and escalate it to the hardware. Investigation and diagnosis. Now the other member from hardware takes over. He reviews the notes and digs deeper. After some tests, he finds that it's not a hardware failure, it's a driver issue. Your graphics driver crashed after a recent update. Resolution and recovery. After rolling back the driver to a stable version and testing it, your screen is back. The technician then carefully updates the newest stable driver. This duration is called the recovery time. Now, closure. With your laptop fixed, the IT team calls you to confirm whether everything's working perfectly or not, just in time for your presentation, and then closes the incident in their system, marking it as resolved. See how each step played a crucial role, from your detailed logging to a thorough diagnosis to the final confirmation. Each stage ensured that your IT issue was resolved effectively, minimizing downtime and stress. Let's now discuss the best practices in the incident management process. Log everything. The more details, the better. Train your team. Everyone should know the drill. Set clear alerts. Not every issue needs a 3 a.m. wake-up call. Learn from incidents. Each incident is a lesson for prevention. Now let's move on to important incident management tools. Incident tracking. Document every incident for trend analysis. Chat rooms. For real-time text communication during diagnosis. Video chat. Complements text chat for discussing findings. Alerting systems. Integrates with monitoring and manages on-call rotations. Documentation tools. Capture incident states and postmortems. Status page. Communicate status to stakeholders and customers. So in conclusion, incident management helps you respond to and recover from IT issues quickly, learn from them, and even prevent future ones. Whether it's a single laptop or a major server crash, good incident management keeps your business running smoothly.
The IT landscape is constantly evolving. demanding a flexible and adaptable approach to IT service management. ITIL 4 Foundation provides easy to follow best practices to help companies manage their IT services and meet their goals. As of 2023, over 2 million people worldwide have earned their ITIL certifications, showing how important this is. Getting ready for an ITIL 4 Foundation exam can be both exciting and a bit stressful. So whether you are an experienced IT professional or just starting out, knowing the basics of ITIL 4 is a key. This video will help you with the important exam questions and answers with explanations so you can confidently show what you know. We will be covering 20 ITIL 4 Foundation exam questions that will definitely help you on your journey. Each questions will come with a clear and detailed explanation, ensuring you understand the concepts thoroughly. So stay tuned until the end of this video, as we will also share some useful tips and strategies to boost your confidence and help you succeed in your ITIL 4 Foundation exam.
Craving a career upgrade? Subscribe, like, and comment below. Dive into the link in the description to fast-track your ambitions. Whether you're making a switch or aiming higher, Simplilearn has your back.
Also, if you are aiming for ITIL certification, our ITIL 4 Foundation Certification Training course by Simplilearn is your perfect path. You will learn the basics of ITIL 4 framework, understand key concepts, and get to know important service lifecycle terms. Plus, you will earn 19 PDUs through self-paced learning, challenge yourself with 30 chapter-end quizzes, and dive into 2 industry case studies. You will also see how ITIL 4 has grown to include modern technologies and methods. Enroll today and start your journey towards ITIL mastery. The course link is in the pinned comments and description box. Alright, so let's start with the first question, which is: which practice is responsible for moving new or changed components to live or other environments? So this is the question, and now I'll be telling you the options. So option A is release management, option B is deployment management, option C is change management, and option D is supplier management. So you can pause the video now because we'll be answering the correct option, and then we will be telling you the explanation of it. So if you want to pause the video, you can, and now we'll be answering the correct option. So this is the question, and now the correct option for this question is option B, that is deployment management. So the deployment management practice is responsible for moving new or changed components to live environments, ensuring they are properly installed and configured. It focuses on the actual deployment process. Release management, on the other hand, plans and schedules these changes, but deployment management does the actual moving. So yeah, the correct option is B, that is deployment management. Alright, so now let's move on to the next question, which is question number 2. Which of these activities is carried out as a part of problems management? So let's have a look at the options now. Option A is creating incident records, B, diagnosing and resolving incidents, option C, escalating incident to a support team for resolution, and option D is trend analysis of incident records. So now you can again pause the video if you want. So we will be proceeding with the correct option. So the correct option of this question is option number D, that is trend analysis of incident records. So the problem management focuses on identifying and managing the root cause of incidents to prevent recurrence. So creating incident records, that is option A, this is a part of incident management, not problem management. Then diagnosing and resolving, that is the option number B. This is also a part of incident management where the goal is to restore normal surface operation or as quickly as possible. And escalation incidents to a support team for resolution, that is the option number C. This is a function of incident management to ensure incidents are resolved promptly. And then the option number D, that is the trend analysis of incident records, which is the correct option. So this part of problem management, where historical incident data is analyzed to identify patterns and underlying problems leading to the implementation of permanent fixes. So yeah, the correct option is option number D. Alright, now moving on to the question number 3, that is, what operating module outlines the key activities required to respond to demand and facilitate value realization through the creation and management of products and services? Options are continual improvement, service value chain, guiding principles, practices. Yeah. Alright. So the correct option for this question number 3 is B. Service value chain. So the service value chain outlines the key activities required to respond to demand and create value through products and services. It includes activities like planning, improving and engaging, designing also, and delivering supporting. So these activities work together to transform inputs into valuable outputs, ensuring value is co-created with stakeholders. Alright, now coming to the next question of ITIL 4 Foundation exam, which is, so what is a normal change? Alright, so now coming to the options, which are a change that doesn't need risk assessment because the procedure has been pre-authorized. Option B, a change that needs to be accessed, authorized and scheduled by a change authority. Option C, a change that does not need risk assessment because it is required to resolve an incident. And option D, a change that is routine in nature, is fully documented and the risks are well understood. So the correct option of this question is option number B. So normal change requires a thorough assessment, authorization and scheduling by a charge authority to manage its risk and ensure successful implementation. Unlike standard changes, which are pre-authorized, and emergency changes, which are implemented quickly to resolve incidents, normal changes, and follow the full of change management process to evaluate the potential impacts. So yeah, option B, that is a change that needs to be accessed, authorized, is the correct option. Alright, coming to question number 5, which is, what is not a phase in problem management? Alright, so the options are problem identification, problem control, error control, problem classification. So now the correct option for this question number 5 is problem classification. So why? So the problem management typically involves the following phrases. Problem identification, that is detecting and logging problems to prevent future incidents. Then problem control, analyzing problems to identify root cause and prioritize resolution efforts. Then error control, that is managing known errors and implementing permanent solution to prevent recurrence. Then problem classification. It is not considered a distinct phase in the problem management process. It may be a part of identifying and analyzing problems, but it is not a standalone phase. So yeah, option D, that is problem classification, is the correct option. Alright, coming to question number 6, which is your smartphone. It is a situational again. Yeah, so your smartphone isn't working properly. You call the toll-free number for your service provider support center. Then which practice would you reach that serves as the entry point for all contact between the service provider and its users? Alright, coming to the options. Option A is problem management. Option B is service request management. Option C is service desk. And option D is incident management. You can keep in mind what we already answered in the previous. You can also answer based on that. So now we will be proceeding with the answer. That is the correct option. So yeah, option number C, that is service desk. So the service desk is the practice that serves as the entry point for all contact between the service provider and its users. It handles communication for incidents, service requests, and general inquiries, acting as a single point of contact. When you call the support center for help with your smartphone, the service desk is the practice you interact with first. So option C, that is service desk, is the correct option. Coming to question number 7, which is, which service management dimension is focused on the communication system and knowledge bases used by employees? You can have a look at the question first. Now we will be proceeding with the options, which is information technology, organization and people, partners and suppliers, value streams and processes. So question is, which service management dimension is focused on communication systems and knowledge bases used by employees? So pick the correct option according to you. You can also pause the video as I previously said. Alright, so the correct option of this question is option number A, that is information technology. So the information technology dimension of a service management focuses on the tools, systems and knowledge bases used by employees to deliver and support services. This includes communication systems, IT infrastructure and data management, which are crucial for effective service delivery and support. Alright, coming to question number 8 now, which is the next question. So it is again a situational based, like you are working as a part of an improvement initiative and your team would like to release a new module into the existing customer relationship management system. Which type of change should you initiate? So we have 4 options, that is standard, B normal, C emergency and D routine. Now you can pick the correct option according to you. Alright, proceeding with the correct option, that is option B, that is normal. So a normal change is the appropriate type for releasing a new module into the existing customer relationship management, that is CRM system. Normal changes require a full assessment, authorization and scheduling by a change authority, ensuring that the new module is properly evaluated for potential risk and impacts before the implementation. Standard changes are pre-authorized. Routine changes like emergency changes are for urgent issues, and routine is not a specific change type in ITIL. So yeah, option B, that is normal, is the correct option. Coming to the next question of ITIL 4 foundation exam, that is question number 9. So your company has decided to install a service management tool that provides incident management as one of its functions. What is the benefit of using an incident management system? So this is again a situational based kind of question. So you have read the question, I believe. Now let's proceed with the options. Option A is it can provide automated resolution and closure of complex incidents. Option B is it can ensure that incidents are resolved within the agreed upon time frame in the service level agreement, that is SLA. Then it can provide automated matching of incidents to provide or known errors. Then the system can provide specialized knowledge for solving complicated incidents. So 4 options are there. You can select the correct option. All right, I believe you have selected the correct option and you can pause the video as I already said. Now let's proceed with the correct option. So the correct option is C. That is, it can provide automated matching of incidents to problems or known errors. So an incident management system offers the benefit of automating the matching of incidents to existing problems or known errors. This capability helps streamline the resolution process by leveraging historical data and knowledge, thereby reducing the time and effort needed to address recurring issues. While ensuring SLA compliance and providing specialized knowledge are important, the key benefit here is the efficient linkage of incidents to the known issues for faster resolution. So the option number C is correct one. All right, coming to question number 10. So how does service request management contribute to deliver and support value chain activity? So this is the question. Option A is it ensures that users continue to be productive when they need assistance from the service provider. Option B is it collects user-specific requirements, sets expectations, and provides status updates. Option C is by initializing standard changes to fulfill service requests. And option D is it requires pre-approved service components to help fulfill service requests. You can select the correct option, and the correct option is option number A. It ensures that users continue to be productive when they need assistance from the service provider. So service request management contributes to deliver and support value chain activity by ensuring that users remain productive when they need assistance. It handles requests for information, advice, and access to services, helping users to continue their work without unnecessary delays or disruptions. This supports the overall goal of maintaining service quality and user satisfaction. So yeah, option number A is correct one. Moving on to the next question of ITIL 4 foundation exam, which is question number 11. So which practice provides support for managing feedback, compliments, and complaints from users? So this is the question. We have to select the correct one. Option number A is change control. Option B is service request management. Option C is problem management. Option D is incident management. All right. Now moving on to the correct option among these 4. So the correct option is option number B, that is service request management. So service request management provides support for managing feedback, compliments, and complaints from users. This practice handles various types of service requests, including requests for information, advice, access to services, and even feedback mechanisms, ensuring user interactions are managed efficiently and user satisfaction is maintained. All right. Coming to next question, that is question number 12. So what is expected outcome of using a service value chain? All right. Option number A is the application of practices. Option B is value realization. Option C is customer engagement. And option D is service value streams. You can take your time. All right. So let's proceed with the answer now. So the correct option is value realization. That is option number B. So the expected outcome of using a service value chain is value realization. The service value chain is designed to create and deliver value by transforming inputs into outputs through various activities. It ensures that services meet stakeholder needs and provides the desired outcome, thereby achieving value realization for both the service provider and the customers. So option B is the correct one. Alright, moving on to the next, that is question number 13. What should all continual improvement decisions based on? Option number A is detailed of how services are measured. Option B is an up-to-date balanced scorecard. Option C is accurate and carefully analyzed data. And option D is a recent maturity assessment. So guys, again I'm saying you can take your time by pausing the video when answering the questions. You don't have to answer the questions on ongoing video. You can pause it and answer on your own. Or you can also listen to the explanation that I'm giving after each and every question. So the answer, the correct option that is for this question number 13 is option number C, that is the accurate and carefully analyzed data. So all continual improvement decisions should be based on accurate and carefully analyzed data. This ensures that decisions are informed, objective and based on real insights rather than assumptions. Reliable data analysis helps in identifying areas for improvement, measuring progress and making evidence-based adjustments. So yeah, answer number C, that is option number C, is correct one. Now moving on to question number 14 of ITIL 4 foundation exam. What do customers' perceptions and business outcomes help to define? Option A is service metrics. Option B is the total cost of a service. Option C is key performance indicators, that is KPIs. And option D is the value of a service. Again, you can continue to guess or select the correct option. I'm going to tell you the correct option. So the correct option of this question is the value of service, that is option number D. So customer perceptions and business outcomes help to define the value of service. Value is determined by how well a service meets customer needs and achieves desired business outcomes. Positive customer perceptions and stressful business outcomes indicate high service value as they reflect the service's effectiveness in fulfilling its purpose and providing benefits to the users and the business. So option number D is the correct one. Next question is, which incident should be logged? Alright. Option number A is only an incident that cannot be immediately resolved. Option B is any incident that occurs more than once. Option C is only incidents that are not solved using self-help tools. And option D is every incident should be logged. So you can select the correct options among these four options. Alright, so the correct option is option number D, that is every incident should be logged. So every incident should be logged to ensure that there is a record for all incidents regardless of their nature or resolution method. This comprehensive logging is essential for tracking trends, analyzing incident patterns, identifying recurring issues and providing data for continuous improvement. Logging all the incidents helps in maintaining a complete history of services, performance and user interactions. Alright, moving on to the next question, that is question number 16. The question is, service request and their fulfillment should be question mark, that is dash, and automated to be the greatest degree possible. So let me explain you the question. So here the question mark indicates what should come here. So the question is, service request and their fulfillment should be, the dash is here, you'll have to fill this gap, and automated to the greatest degree possible. So the question mark is replaced by the option that we will be giving you. So option A is standardized, option B is uniquely handled, option C is creatively solved, and option D is ignored. So which among the options should come in place of question mark in the question? You can take your time. Alright, so let's proceed with the correct option. I hope you guys understood what I meant. So the correct option of this question number 16 is standardized. So the correct option, that is A, that is standardized request. So the correct option is A. So the service request and their fulfillment should be standardized and automated to the greatest degree possible. Standardizing service requests ensures consistency, efficiency, and predictability in handling them, while automating speeds up the process and reduces the risk of human error. This approach helps in providing timely and reliable service to the users. So option A is the correct one. Coming to the next question, that is question number 17. What is a service level agreement used for? Alright, that is SLA. Option number A is to measure the performance of services from a customer point of view. Option B is to measure the performance of the service availability. Option C is to measure the performance of the service capability. Option number D is to measure the performance of the service from the service provider's point of view. Alright, reach each of the option properly as they look similar. Alright, so the correct option of question number 17 is A, option A. That is to measure performance of services from a customer point of view. So a service level agreement, that is SLA, is used to measure the performance of services from a customer point of view. SLAs define the expected level of service and the metrics by which service performance is measured, ensuring that the service provider meets the agreed upon standards and customer expectations. This customer-centric focus helps in maintaining transparency and accountability between the service provider and the customer. So the correct option is A. Alright, now let's move on to the question number 18. That is, what should be included in every service level agreement? That is SLA. So option number A is detailed measure to capture availability of the system. Option B is metrics for system response and time. Option C is clearly defined service outcomes, and option D is number of emails sent per hour. Question is, what should be included in every SLA, that is service level agreement? Read the options and choose the correct one this time. I hope you have chosen the correct one. Now let's proceed with the correct answer. That is option number C, clearly defined services outcome. So every SLA, that is service level agreement, should include clearly defined service outcomes. SLAs are meant to set expectations between the service provider and the customer, specifying what the customer can expect in terms of service quality and performance. By clearly defining service outcomes, both parties have a mutual understanding of the expected results and the criteria for measuring services success, which helps ensure alignment and satisfaction. So option number C is the correct one. Alright, now coming to question number 19, which is a scenario based again. So your organization is preparing to launch a new service. Your manager is concerned that there is a possibility that something bad might happen, which could cause the service to fail and the desired outcome won't be achieved. So what term best describes your manager's concerns? So the options are A, outputs, B, risks, option C, cost, or option D, utility. Choose the correct option. Alright, so now let's proceed with the correct option, which is option number D. I repeat, which is option number B, that is risks. So as I said, your manager's concerns about the possibility that something bad might happen, causing the service to fail and the desired outcome not be achieved, are the best described as risk. So in service management, risk refer to the potential events or conditions that could negatively impact the achievement of service objectives, causing harm or loss. Identifying and managing risk is crucial to ensure that successful launch and operation of new services can happen. So yeah, option B, risk, is the correct one. Coming to the next question, that is the last question. Question number 20. Again, this is a situational kind of question. So you have been assigned to a team that has been asked to identify how your consumers use a particular service, what the service helps them to do, and how the service helps them to identify their goals. Which of the guiding principles should be best applied in your situation? Alright. Option number A is focus on value, B is progress iteratively with feedback, option C is collaborate and promote visibility, and option D, think and work holistically. You can take your time in selecting the correct option, and let me tell you the correct option from my end. So the correct option is option number A, that is focus on value. In this situation, the guiding principle focus on value should be applied. Understanding how consumers use a service, what service helps them achieve, and how it aligns with their goals is all about ensuring that the service delivers value to its users. By focusing on value, the team can ensure that the service meets the needs and expectations of the consumers, thereby maximizing its effectiveness and satisfaction. So this is question number 20 that we have just answered. Alright, so these were some of the exam questions that you can refer if you are preparing for ITIL 4 foundation exam. Now let's have a look at some quick tips for this ITIL 4 foundation exam. Alright, so first on the list is master the ITIL mindset. Think from an ITIL perspective when answering questions. Don't rely on personal experience. Choose the answer that aligns with the ITIL best practices. This is the first tip. Coming to the second tip, which is keywords are the key. Focus on understanding key terms and concepts. ITIL uses specific terminology. Grasp these to avoid confusion. Third tip is practice makes perfect. Take advantage of practice tests to familiarize yourself with the exam format questions, question styles, and identify the knowledge gaps. And yeah, quick tip 4 is pay attention to nots. Yes, pay close attention to negative phrases like not the primary purpose. A seemingly correct answer might be cleverly disguised distractor. So pay attention to these. That concludes our explanation of this ITIL 4 foundation exam question. Remember, a strong understanding of core ITIL concepts and principles is a key to successfully navigating the exam. Remember to stay focused, practice regularly, and manage your time wisely, both during your preparation and on the exam day.
Welcome to the Customer Relationship Management course by Simplilearn. So today we are going to talk about something that's super important for businesses of all sizes. That is CRM. You might have heard this term tossed around a lot. But what exactly it is? So why do companies care so much about it, and what are the main parts that make up a CRM system? So let's dive in and break it all down. So initially we'll begin with what is CRM. So CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So sounds fancy, right? But really it's all about managing how businesses interact with their customers. So imagine you are running a lemonade stand. You have regular customers who love your lemonade and maybe some who complain about the sugar level. So you want to remember who likes what, follow up with your customers and keep track of your sales. So that's basically CRM, a way to organize all the information about your customers so that you can build stronger relationships with them. So in today's world where companies deal with thousands and millions of customers, this gets a lot more complex. So CRM systems are like digital assistants that help businesses keep everything organized, from customer contact information, the past purchases, the complaints, the preferences, to even how and when to reach out again. So to sum it up all together, CRM is a strategy and a tool businesses use to understand and serve their customers better. So let us understand now why CRM is so important. So now you might ask, okay, why should businesses care about CRM? So why not just wing it? So great question. Here's why CRM is a big deal. So it enhances better customer relationships. So when a business knows who you are and what you like and what you have bought before, it feels personal. And guess what? People love that. So when companies use CRM properly, customers feel valued, not just a number. And then secondly comes it boosts sales and revenue. So by tracking customer behaviors, businesses can spot trends like which products sell best or which customers might be ready to buy again. So this means more targeted sales efforts, which leads to more sales. And then coming to the third one we have, it improves the customer service. So imagine calling a company and the person answering already knows your issues and history. So that saves time and frustration. So CRM helps customer service reps to do that by giving them quick access to the customer information. Then moving on, we have the streamlines marketing efforts. So instead of blasting generic ads, companies can send personalized offers based on your preferences or past purchases. So this means marketing is more effective and customers get relevant messages. And then we have it centralizes the information. So in big companies, different teams like the sales, marketing or support all need customer information. So the CRM keeps everything in one place. So everyone is on the same page. Then we have finally, it is about data-driven decisions. So CRM systems often come with analytics tools that help companies understand what's working and what's not. So making smarter business decisions is all about CRM. So CRM is not just a software, it's a game changer for how companies build lasting customer loyalty and grow their business. So let's now move on to the main components of CRM. So alright, now that we have know what CRM is and why it is so important, let's look at the main pieces that make it all work. So most CRM systems have these core components. The first one is sales automation. So this is all about helping the sales team manage leads, track customer interactions, schedule follow-ups, and close deals faster. For example, the system might remind a salesperson to call a client or send a code. And then we have marketing automation. So this component helps businesses automate the marketing campaigns. It can send personalized emails, manage social media posts, and track how customers respond. So think of it like a marketing robot working 24/7. And then we have this customer service and support. So when customers have issues or questions, this part helps manage tickets, track problem solutions, and provide timely support. So it keeps services reps informed so that they can help faster and better. And then we have this contact management. So this is the heart of CRM. It stores the detailed customer profiles including names, phone numbers, emails, purchase history, preferences, and more. It's like a smart address book but way more powerful. So then moving on, we'll understand the analytics and reporting. So CRM systems collect tons of data. So this part analyzes it to create reports and dashboards showing sales performance, customer behavior, campaign success, and other valuable insights. Then we have workflow automation. So this lets businesses set up rules to automate the repetitive tasks like assigning new leads to the sales reps or sending thank you emails after a purchase, saving time and reducing errors. Then we have integration capabilities. So modern CRMs can connect with other tools businesses use like the emails, calendars, accounting software, and social media platforms. So what it does, this makes sure data flows seamlessly between systems. So let's now move on to the next chapter and understand CRM in a deeper level. So in this chapter, we'll understand the CRM process. So how does CRM actually work? The CRM process is basically a cycle that helps companies manage every step of their interaction with the customers. So the first one is collecting customer data. So first, businesses gather information about their customers like names, contact information, purchase history, and even their preferences. Now moving on, we have organizing and analyzing. So this data is then organized so that it's easy to access and analyze. For example, the system can tell which products a customer buys most often or when they last the contacted support. So then we have engaging with the customers. So based on this information collected, companies can send personalized offers, respond quickly to the questions, or follow up after a purchase. So then we have improving relationships. So the goal is to build a stronger ongoing relationship by understanding the customer needs and solving their problems. And then we have feedback and optimization. So finally, companies gather feedback to see what's working and what's not and then improve their process. So let's now understand, what does a CRM manager do? So imagine the CRM manager as the conductor of an orchestra. So making sure all the pieces of the work together perfectly to create the great customer experience. So here's what they actually do. So they manage the CRM system. So they oversee the CRM software to ensure that it runs smoothly and it stores the accurate customer data. So then he analyzes the customer data. So they look at trends and patterns to help marketing and sales team target the right customers with the right message. And then we have coordinate the teams. So they work closely with the sales, marketing, and even the customer support teams to make sure everyone uses CRM data effectively. And then they improve the customer experience. So they find ways to enhance how the company interacts with the customers, such as automating follow-ups or creating. So then moving on to the fifth one, we have he trains the staff. So he teaches the team members how to use the CRM system properly. So let's now move on and actually see the real world CRM examples. So let's look at some real companies and how they use CRM. So the first one is Amazon. So ever noticed how Amazon recommends products you might like? So that's CRM in action. They analyze your past purchases and browsing habits to personalize your shopping experience. Then we have Starbucks. So they use CRM to send you special offers on your birthday or rewards for your loyalty, making you feel valued and encouraging you to keep coming back. And then moving on, we have Netflix. So Netflix tracks what you watch and uses the data to suggest shows you might enjoy. So this personalized approach keeps viewers engaged longer. So then we have a small local business. So even a local coffee shop might use CRM to remember your favorite order and send you coupons or even invites via email or text. So CRM management is all about using technology and smart strategies to build strong, lasting relationships with the customers. So helping businesses grow and customers feel appreciated. So a CRM manager is the person making sure that all these moving parts work together smoothly. So let's now go ahead and train ChatGPT to act like a customer support bot. So let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to this next chapter. So what if your customer support never slept, never got tired and always had the answers ready? So today we are making that happen. I will walk you through how to set up ChatGPT as a smart AI-powered customer support assistant. So you will learn how to give it a real company information, making it respond like your support repository and see it in action, answering the common customer queries all step by step. No complex coding needed. So let's get started. So the first step would be building the foundation, that is defining your business information. So we will use a sample company information. The sample company name should be Glowtech, which sells the smart gadgets. So here's what we would feed into the ChatGPT. So let's take an overview. So we have written the company name as Glowtech. The industry is a consumer electronics. The support hours are Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. IST. We have an email and a phone number. Then we have defined the return policies. The refunds available within 30 days of delivery. Only for the unused and the unopened items, return shipping is customer's responsibility. Then we have warranty of 1 year for the manufacturing defects. It covers the smartwatches, earbuds, smart home devices. Then we have shipping, the standard 5 to 7 working days. Then expedited is 2 to 3 working days. Tracking links sent via email. Then we have the contact channels like email, web form and WhatsApp. Then we have typical issues like delayed orders, refund and return questions, warranty claims and product troubleshooting. So the next step would be copying this whole information. Okay. So I would copy this. I will go back to ChatGPT and I will paste this here. And I will write here, you are a helpful customer support assistant for Glowtech. So I need you to basically use this following information to answer questions. So then if unsure, ask the customer to contact support@glowtech.com and always greet the customers. So, hello, how can I assist you with the GlowTech products today? If you have any questions about refunds, warranty, shipping or product, feel free to ask. If I can't answer your question, I will guide you to contact. Well, what can I do for you? So the next step would be testing the conversations. So there are some common scenarios that take place with the customer support. I won't be asking the similar questions. So let's suppose the first question would be a refund request. So I would say, I want to return my smartwatch. So it has answered, hello, if you would like to return your GlowTech smartwatch, please note the refund policy. Returns are accepted within 30 days of delivery. The item must be unused and unopened. So it is nice, actually behaving like a customer support bot. So then the next question I would like to ask, it's been 8 days and I still don't have my package. So you can see, I understand your concern about the delay in receiving the GlowTech smartwatch, shipping time frame, tracking your order. It has given the GlowTech and the Glowin and GlowTech. No tracking information. If there is no tracking information available, or if the status has not been updated for the several days, it's advisable to contact the GlowTech's customer support for assistance. So it has now redirected you can reach out to the GlowTech's customer support via. You can just mail it, you can just call it. They will be available to provide you with the most accurate information regarding your order status. So you can see that it has given you all the answers to your question. The time frame it has given, then the tracking your order. If there is no tracking available, what all you can actually do, then it is really nice to use this as a chat support. So then I will guide it to, I want you to behave, always greet the customers and say thank you after it's over. Be kind and helpful customer support bot. Now let's ask about the warranty. Like, my earbuds stopped working after 4 months. I'm sorry to hear that your GlowTech earbuds stopped working after 4 months. Please note that GlowTech offers a 1-year warranty covering the manufacturer defects. I recommend contacting GlowTech support. Thank you for reaching out. If you have any other questions, I'm here to help. And so nicely, actually, the ChatGPT is behaving like a customer support. So let's ask about something that can be resolved. My smart bulb is not connecting to Wi-Fi. I'm sorry to hear that. Here are a few quick tips you can try. So basically it has provided with the tips what you can try at home. Make sure your Wi-Fi network is working properly and the bulb is within range. Restart your router and the smart bulb. Check that you are using the correct app and follow the setup instructions carefully. Ensure your phone is connected to the same Wi-Fi network you want the bulb to connect. Sometimes resetting the bulb to factory settings can help. So check the manual for reset steps. And always it will redirect you to the support for detailed troubleshooting. Thank you for reaching out. So it is behaving in a nice way. So let's now move on to the exclusive things that can actually help. So I want you to train on Glowtech customer support agent as a helpful, factual and polite way. Do not guess anything. If uncertain, say, let me escalate this to our human team, and always offer next steps at the end of every interaction. So this is a type of training the ChatGPT. Can I get a refund on my smartwatch? On my used smartwatch. I'm sorry to hear you are facing issues with the Glowtech smartwatch. Glowtech's refunds policy specifies the returns are accepted within 30 days of delivery and the item must be unused and unopened. Since your smartwatch has been used, it may not qualify for a refund under the policy. To explore possible solutions, please contact our customer support team. They can access your situation and determine if any exceptions or alternative solutions are applicable. Thank you for reaching out. If you have any other questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. So this is actually nice. So let me ask something different. My product is defective, but I lost my invoice. Hello, I'm sorry to hear that your Glowtech product is defective and that you have misplaced your invoice. Warranty typically requires proof of purchase such as invoice or other order confirmation to validate a claim. Without the documentation, it may be challenging to process a warranty request. To explore the possible solutions, please contact the Glowtech's customer support. So this is nice then. These are the next steps that actually I wanted and it is actually giving it. So then the next step would be going beyond, like something advanced issues. So after this, if you really want to advance the issues and give some advanced prompts like use OpenAI API to embed ChatGPT into your website. Link with live ticket systems, for example, fresh desk, and Zendesk is also there. So use LangChain. So through LangChain, you can actually build the customer support robots over there. So use LangChain for real-time document lookup. That is basically using RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. So here basically after giving this prompt, you will be getting how to embed ChatGPT with the live ticket system and RAG using LangChain, OpenAI API integration. Use OpenAI's chat completion API or other models to power that chat interface on your website. The chat frontend can send user messages to OpenAI and display the responses. To connect to the ticket systems, Freshdesk or Zendesk or anything like that. Then LangChain for the real-time document lookup, workflow example, tech stack suggestions, and basically we'll get everything at one go. So you can actually give again the training tips like keep answers short, polite and helpful, set the tone as casual or formal depending on your brand, then simulate the real queries and refine responses. So that's it. We have built a working AI-powered customer support assistant using ChatGPT. So you saw how to fit into the company's information, simulate the real conversations, and customize its behavior. So guys, let's move on to the next AI tool that is used for customer relationship management. So here we are inside the Zoho's website. So this is the first free AI tool that can be used as a CRM. So the question is how to get here. So you can jump over to Google web browser and type Zoho free CRM. And you can just sign in with your Google account and then it will ask you for your phone number and OTP to get verified. And you are inside. As I have already logged in before, so I didn't log in again. So I will directly go inside this CRM's homepage. So this is basically the dashboard of Zoho. So first things first, we'll start off with the dashboard itself. So you can basically see that the screen is divided into two parts. On the right hand side, you can see the open task. That is basically where you can see what is going on in respect to the customers. Then you have My Meetings. It is all about your reminder to any of the meetings you have on the current date. Then if you scroll down, it will be today's leads. And then finally, any of the details you're going to close this month. My deals closing this month. So at the bottom, we have feedback on new UI. So this is basically the new UI of Zoho. Previously it was different. And then you have announcements to make. You can do it. Then you can have sticky notes. You can even have activity reminders. Then you can actually move on to the recent items and then accessibility and then finally help. So then on the left hand side we have a panel out here. But where we have certain features. Let's see that one by one. But before that, I will just tell you, if you click on these three dots, you will have add component, reorder and view full screen. So add component is basically my open task is one component. Meetings is another component, today's leads another component, and my deals closing this month is another component. If you want to add one component, you can just click on this. Then you have to basically select the module. Basically, you can contacts, custom view, you can see all contacts, component name give, customer contacts. And basically, you can click on save over here and it is updated securely. In this way, you can actually customize the dashboard of Zoho CRM. So let's move on and see it in view full screen mode. So this is actually nice. You can click on to escape and move on to the next. So coming to the left hand side, these are the various features of Zoho CRM. You can basically call this as modules even. So coming to the leads over here. So basically, I have made one lead. So if you want to create another lead, you can click on create a lead. And then you can just write the first name as John. You can write the name title as Mr. Phone number as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then click on the mobile and get another 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. And then lead source to be anything from advertisement, basically the source of the lead, where you have got the lead from, maybe advertisement or cold call, employee referral, external referral, or online store. So I would be giving it as cold call. Then industry is application service provider, data telecom, government or military, large enterprise. So give this as government. Company, write it as the name of the company, ABC, last name not required. You can write the email as @gmail.com, and you can give the FAS, give the website, lead status, number of employees, rating, can be acquired, active, marked fail, or project cancelled or shut down. You can give it as active, Skype ID, through which you can get a call, secondary email or Twitter. And you can just click on save. Last name to be will give as, and click on save. So now you can basically see the overview, the address information, the description, the notes if you want to attach any notes, any attachments, open activities, invited meetings, emails, drafts, or scheduled any mails. You can basically get everything. Then over here you can click on convert, and basically it will convert it to from a lead to a customer. So create a new deal for this account or just convert. You can click on convert, and then you can see account created and contact. So go to leads again, and in this way you can just create one lead. So here, coming to the contacts, create a new contact. It would be anything, writing the name. For example, give it as, so I can actually show you from itself. I have this. So this is the overview, hide the details, address information. So here basically you can directly send a mail. You can go and delete, print the preview, find and merge duplicates. So there can be two Johns. So if they are the same person, you can actually find and merge the duplicate. Then you can customize the business card, organize contact details. Now if you want to edit, you can even edit, like add new. Then basically go for the accounts. You can go here and create a new account for a particular customer, or else you can go here and see that I have already created one account, and this is for John DeCruz itself, and you can see you can create notes, attachments, deals, assign or a new deal. Then you have contacts. Through this you can send a mail. So basically you can get the whole information, whole account of the particular customer. So in this way, you have the whole information for a particular customer. So then you can see, and coming to deals, you can here define your sales cycle and track your sales pipeline. So this is true, you can track and manage your sales pipeline, and now you can create or import a deal directly. So you can just click on create detail and you can fill in all the things and click and save over here. So all these things marked in red are the necessary ones, and you have to go ahead and do this. Then coming to calls, you can basically see how do you track customer interactions. So interactions are a very important part of the CRM, as you can actually interact with your customer and turn the lead into a customer itself and then make a deal out of it. So you can automatically log every sales call by integrating your phone system with just one click. Integrate telephony. Then, or if you prefer to do the things manually, then log calls or schedule a call to follow up with the customers. Then basically you can come to task. How do you get work organized? You can create task and set reminders to your task, like create one or import the task. You can create a task like the subject of the task, due date, the contact status, reminder, priority, and everything at one place. You can just save it and go ahead and create a new. Then you can come over here in the meeting section, where basically you track the customer meetings. So meetings are very important, you have to just be there before the meeting so that you never miss on to a customer. So maintaining the customer relationship is all about meetings. So you can create meetings, set reminders, and add invites to the meetings itself. So import, you can import it directly or create a meeting. Location and everything you can have to give, and just have to save, and the meeting would be created. So then go for these campaigns. So plan campaigns. So campaigns are marketing efforts planned, executed, and monitored from within your CRM. Like you have to create a campaign. For example, if you click on this create, you have to fill up the full necessary information, and you can actually create the campaign. Going ahead in the document section, this is very important part of the CRM. So basically you can upload any documents over here from directly upload, and you will be generating from your device itself. You can go to documents, you can go to pictures if you have any, if you want to go to here and music, videos, and favorites. You can even have a library over here, and you can even delete from here. Then basically visits tracking. You can actually identify and track your website visitors in Zoho CRM. So basically you have to scroll down and generate more qualified leads. Get started, identify important prospects on your website, engage them in real time, and convert them to leads, all without leaving your Zoho CRM window. You can just not leave the CRM window and convert a lead into a customer. And then you can go ahead in the project section, that is the unified sales and project management, a smarter way to bridge the gap between sales and project tracking. So you can connect, you can track, you can deliver. So just have to get started, all in this one time frame. So then you can go to this report section, and these are the report template, top 10 templates by click rate. Email reports also you have over here. For example, this no data found because I have not created any. So you can even go to this my reports, go to favorites, recently viewed. So I have viewed this recently and it came over here. Deal reports, basically everything you will be getting in one website. So this is how CRM is actually useful. It's the #1 most recommended CRM tool, and that is for free. And Zoho Analytics by Zoho is really awesome. So it is a must-try tool for you. So let's move on and get to the next tool. Hi everyone. In this video, we will explore the 3 popular free CRM tools that can help you manage your sales, contacts, and customer relationships. So other than Zoho. So we will walk you through the HubSpot CRM, then Freshsell CRM, and then finally the Bittrex 224 CRM. So let's get started with HubSpot. So the first app is HubSpot CRM, a user-friendly tool loved by many beginners and marketing teams. So to go to this page, you have to just type in your browser HubSpot's free CRM and then click on Get Free CRM. So sign up using your email or social login. So before signing up, I'll just let you know the overview of the HubSpot. So this is basically the dashboard, and here you can see there are various products of HubSpot platform. The first one is a marketing hub. It's a free and premium plans available, marketing automation software. Then we have operations hub, that is for the operation software. Both the free and the premium plans are there. Then the sales hub, there's a sales software. Then commerce hub, that is B2B commerce software, that is basically a business to business commerce software. Then we have service hub, that is the customer service software. Then we have smart CRM, and here AI powered CRM software is available. So then we have content hub, that is a content marketing software. And then finally we have small business handle. This is a starter edition of each product built for startups and small businesses are there. You can easily Breeze, that is AI tools powering the HubSpot platform, featuring a collection of AI agents and much more. And then you have App Marketplace. Connect your favorite apps to the HubSpot. So then you can go down and see getting a demo. You can basically click here and get a demo of the whole software itself. And then you can even go to solutions and see there are by use cases, by team size, certain solutions are also available here. Then if you go to the pricing, and you can see Marketing Hub Professional for marketing teams who want to effectively run the omni-channel campaigns. It is $800 per month, includes 3 seats. And you can even pay upfront best value, and then you can even pay monthly or anything. It includes 2,000 marketing contacts. And then you have an enterprise plan, that is Marketing Hub Enterprise, and it is basically $3,600 per month, and it includes 5 seats. It was 3 and it's 5. And you can directly talk to the sales over here, and you can see the plan available over here, basically the beta version. And then I'll just move on. And then here you can click on the resources and you see the featured links, community events and partners, then educations available, services they are providing, and the tools available. So I'll just log in over here. The login is only in the upward section, and then you can just log in. So after you just log in with your Gmail account, this is the page that is gonna open in the HubSpot. So here on the left hand side, you can see certain guides. There is a marketing guide. So explore the other features in your template recommended. All you need to get started. Set up the basics. Then attract new customers with the Marketing Hub, and then attract and capture leads, engage leads and convert them into a customer, then track and analyze performance. So everything in a minute. So then if you scroll down, you can see you can even get connected with your mail account. Install the apps you use or explore 1,500 plus more apps in the HubSpot app marketplace. And then when you scroll down, it is learn more about the marketing tools. So get started with a 4-minute lesson on attracting the right audience. So it even provides you with a guide, a video and everything else. Then take a short tour of how contacts work and then connect marketing apps from the app marketplace. So basically you can do marketing sales, customer service guide, and then you have even content guide, and then finally you can even have a commerce guide. Build and manage your content, create content. It will about take 28 minutes. Reach your customers with the customer content. Then manage the content, save time and increase the team efficiency with content management tools. And then when you scroll down, it is there ready to connect. So connect your favorite tools to the HubSpot. And then when you scroll down, there is learn more about the content tools. So here you can invite your team or you can view your plan. So if you can view your plan, so basically it is free, but then you have so many of the 4 types of pricing. So the first one is Sales Hubs Starter. So basically it is $15 per month and pay monthly, or even you can pay upfront. So this is there. And then when you go to this free tools, you can have a free tools, foundational tools to get you started, that is for free. Then HubSpot for the marketers, that is also there. Then you can just scroll over here and you can see contacts, companies, deals, tickets. So if you go to this contacts page, basically you have to fill the contact details. So you can even click over here, or you can directly go and create contact. Help me get started. I will set by myself. Help me get started. So it will say create your first contact record in just a few steps. So create your contact. Set your contact properties. Choose the contact details you want to see. HubSpot has a huge range of contact properties and designed to just store the information you need. You can just scroll over here and you can see you can just note, you can email, then you can call, task, meeting, schedule meetings, and you can click here and many more options will be available. Then let's go back. And you can see companies available over here. You can sort by companies basically. So these are the companies. Then you can go to deals over here. So deals is basically a page where you create a deal to start building your winning sales process, like setting up your deals pipeline with stages for the real-time milestones. Then you can track your deals. So tracking is so much important to know the status of the deal. Then you can even go and report on your sales, so you can keep track of how much money you are making over time. So here you can click on and go to create a deal, and you can even ask for setting up by myself if you are a pro in this. And then if you are a beginner, I will recommend to go and start with help me get started. And necessarily the same, edit the name of your pipeline. You can just see, so define the deal stages. Then you can stage name, qualified to buy, presentation schedule, decision maker bought in, contract sent. You can even add or delete the stages. The next closing step would be closed won and closed loss, create a deal. And in this way you have just created a deal for you. So then I'll just go back. And you can see tickets over here. You can raise tickets of the issues with your customers. So basically this is a thing where actually the customer relationship management comes in. So it is actually how well you have tracked the issues with your customers, how easily you have solved the issues with your customers. You can track over here, create tickets and assign them to a member of your team so they can offer the right help at the right time. And providing the right help to the customers can actually draw more customers to you, because the after part of the sales is so much important. So want to learn more about these tickets? Read the knowledge base article. So it is providing you with a knowledge base article, which is 25 per page. Then you can even see the ticket owner, the create date, the last activity date, and the priority tickets over here. You can just go on and click on create ticket and create a ticket for yourself and then assign it to a team member. Then moving on, you can see the list, the inbox, basically where the mails come in. Then you can see the calls, the task for the today. They can even hear the playbooks, basically keep your team aligned. Why should someone buy our products? You can even add it over here. The purpose of this playbook is to kick off the conversation with a new prospect and communicate the value of our products. What does your budget for this year look like? You can have a note over here. And then you can even have templates and you can even have snippets. So there are basically so much more you can do about that. And you have a separate for marketing, CRM, then you can even have for content and sales and so much more. You can even automate the workflows. You can have a data management of custom events, data quality, data sets, data model, and so much more. It will be very nice of you to see that you have a co-pilot over here. So you can see, hi, I'm Copilot, your new AI-powered collaborator. So I can answer questions about your HubSpot. And you can just see this Copilot here to actually help you in this CRM management. So you can even research about your company, add a company, or summarize the contact you mean. Then you can even give feedbacks to this. So I'll just put on. You can even write prompts over here like I need help for this and that. And you can even see the chats over here. So this is what about AI with HubSpot is. So let's now move on to the next tool. So the next tool is Fresh Sales CRM. So which is designed especially for the sales team looking to track the leads and the deals efficiently. So to get into here, you have to visit the freesales.io and hit get started for free. So let's have an overview first. So the products available in the Freshworks is Freshdesk, Freshdesk Omni, Fresh Chat, Fresh Service, Fresh Sales, Fresh Marketer, and so on. And the all products and trials are available. Then if you go here to see the platform, you can see the app marketplace, developers, technical alliances. And coming to the resources, we have customer stories, community, training, services, and support. And then you can even have a demo for this to get started with. Then you can see on the pricing and you can scroll down and see for growth. You can have $749 only per month and you can try it for free. And then you have a pro plan which is $3,239, which is ideal for growing and the mid-sized businesses requiring advanced capabilities and AI assistance. So these are the specifications what you will be getting over here. You can directly click on and compare. And coming to the last but not the least, that is the enterprise one, and this is around 4,899 to be specific, and that is per month, and you will be getting everything in a plus version for this. So let's now move on and see the exact thing. I will click on this try it for free, and you have to just provide your details, or you can just continue with the Google. So then after just you have entered with your Google account, they will be asking you about which industry do you belong to. IT infrastructure and services, computer software, manufacturing, e-commerce, financial services. So I'll just go and IT infrastructure and services, and then it will take me to this page. So here basically these are the accounts of the people. This is sample people, their job title, their email, mobile number, status, and tags. Basically a decision maker, influencer, champion, and so on. So this is basically a sample. You can filter the data by popular filter, sales owner, territory, or the source. Then you can either filter your account, active sales, addresses, and so on. Then move on and you can just go to new contacts and you can just add contact over here. You can just close this and import contacts from a Excel page, or you can just add contacts over here. Then you can go on and if you click on all the contacts would be visible. And then you have 12 more. What are they? Recently modified, default views. So this is it. You can personalize your CRM by your contacts, accounts, or deals. So add your own deal, add your own everything, and then save it. Then you have bring in the website leads. Then you can go ahead and invite your own team, then route the leads to your company and so on. Then if you just go and over here, it is basically the account section, and you can go ahead and your trial ends in 21 days. Explore the plan or request a demo. You basically add a demo over here. Then if you go ahead and you can click on add account, you can just go ahead and enter your account name, the website, industry type, and the number of employees you are targeting. And then you can go here and get over the deals. This is a very beginner friendly website. You can take a tour of your deals. You can take a tour over here. Then you can see already some deals are available. This is a sample deal, but yeah, you can refer to it and make your own deal over here. And then you can see the conversation. So 4 types of conversation: others, Microsoft Outlook, Zoho, and others. Then you can even have a look of the team inbox, sent, scheduled, or anything like this. You can even have the templates, email templates over here, email tracking, SMS, or chat. You can go ahead and view the analytics part. So this is basically very important, that many of the tools are lacking, but now you are good to go with the fresh sales. You can go ahead and go to the admin settings like custom modules, leads, contacts and accounts, deals and pipelines, teams and territories. You can even manage how to communicate with the prospects and customers. You can even have LinkedIn lead generation forms over here as well. So this is a very great type of lead generation. And then you can even go ahead the plus over here, and you can add a code, add tasks. This is sales activities over here. Then you can go ahead and go to the email section, and then you can just set a reminder for yourself. And this is actually all about this fresh sales. So go ahead and try this tool. How much you explored, you are good to go with all the management. You can download the Fresh Sales mobile app itself and keep yourselves organized wherever you are. So it also supports the email integration. Then you can just connect your email account to send and track mails right inside the CRM itself. So all in one point. So let's now move on to the next tool. So the last but not the least tool is Bittrex 24 CRM. So this is a powerful tool that combines CRM features with collaboration tools, great for the small teams. So just to come over here, you have to go to this bittrex.com and you can get here and start for free, or you have to get started with. Then once you start it for free, as we are a beginner, we'll start it for free, and then you can see you can have this template, and I'll go here and sign up with a Google account. It may take some time depending upon your Wi-Fi speed, but then it is worth it. And you can see it is a very eye-soothing dashboard over here. The UI is great. And then you can see over this and click on to continue, and you can specify how big is your company. So I'll just click on over more than 250 people, or you can just skip it and continue. What do you do? Digital marketing, or you can say real estate. So I'll click on this digital marketing. And what is your position? I will say as a sales manager. You can just click on to finish, and let's see what it is up to. This eye-soothing UI has just appeared, and you can see this is the dashboard, and you can see this is the deal section, the inventory section, the product catalog, customers, the contacts, companies, signing parties, vendors, and the contact center. You can have the sales, invoices, estimates. This is all the paid plans, I guess. You can even have a sales channel, and even have the import from the third-party CRM solution presets. Then you can go ahead with the real-time analytics like the sales funnel, employee performance, call analytics, and everything. This Power BI analytics is just closed. Maybe it's for a paid plan. The smart process automation, then settings, the CRM settings, my company settings, CRM access permission, So some of the features are basically for the paid plans over here. So let's move on and see. What do they mean this booking? So this is basically booking your calendar. So auto reminders and confirmations via SMS and WhatsApp. All contacts are saved to the CRM, waiting list and overbooking to keep the resources busy. Complex booking schemes involving multiple resources, book resources directly from the CRM deals. So let's move ahead and click on start now. I have to just add a resource over here. You can add and book nearly anything, a doctor, a car or a property. So just go ahead and add a resource over here. So for this we have to upgrade. So for now we won't upgrade. So then we'll move on to this marketing. What does marketing stands for? So here you can actually create a campaign, either an email campaign, SMS campaign, messengers, voice broadcasting and audio call. So you can even create your audience using the Google Ads, Facebook audience or Facebook alike. Then some promoted posts, you have Facebook ads and Instagram ads that actually go well with the marketing, and then you have sales boost for the repeated sales. So then you can just move on and go to the sites and stores. So let's see what is there here. You can create your own site with an easy to use and create your own website with Pilot. Okay. So let's move ahead and create. It's a very interesting one. So these are for free. Web designer, recruitment agency. So you can just go ahead and click on sites and stores. And you can click on create again, and you can click on. So these are very popular templates available over here. You can go ahead and create one. So this is the AI enable copilot. So you have to just actually apply selection to all users, and you can just save. And I'll just go ahead, and then you can come to the collaboration part. This is very necessary for the feeds, messengers. Hi there, your virtual assistant, happy to answer all the questions. So basically you're even getting a virtual assistant over here as well. So this is the CRM with AI, and then you can go ahead and see the Power BI builder, then employees and automation and so on. So e-signature for HR is also available over here. No data in this page available because I have not added in. So you can just go ahead and add your own things. So this is basically a must try tool for the CRM people, and it offers the built-in chat, the task management and calendars, so you can collaborate easily with your team. So now manage your deals by going to the deal section, entering details like your deal name, stage and value. So don't forget to explore automation rules and triggers that can save time, although some features have limits on this free plan itself. So guys, that's a wrap on our quick demo of these 3 free CRM tools, the HubSpot CRM, Freshsales CRM and Bitrix CRM. So each has its unique strength, so you can pick the one that best fits your business needs. So that's a wrap on our quick demo for the 4 CRM tools. So guys, congratulations on completing the CRM with AI course. You have taken a huge step forward in understanding how modern customer relationship management works, starting with the core concepts that every business needs to know. From there, you dove into the exciting world of AI-powered support by learning how to train ChatGPT to act like a helpful, intelligent customer support bot. So this is not just theory. You have gained hands-on experience that shows you how AI can actually improve the real customer interactions. But we didn't stop here. You also explored some of the best free CRM tools out there, giving you a strong foundation to manage the leads, automate follow-ups, and build the lasting customer relations without breaking the bank. So with these new skills, you have more than ready to bring smart, efficient, and human-like support into any organization. So keep practicing, stay curious, and don't be afraid to experiment. So the future of CRM is powered by AI, and you are now equipped to be a part of it. So keep going, keep building, and most importantly, keep helping customers in smarter ways.
So that's a wrap on our full course, guys. If you have any doubts or questions, you can ask them in the comment section below. Our team of experts will reply you as soon as possible. Thank you and keep learning with Simplilearn.
Staying ahead in your career requires continuous learning and upskilling. Whether you're a student aiming to learn today's top skills or a working professional looking to advance your career, we've got you covered. Explore our impressive catalog of certification programs in cutting-edge domains, including data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, or digital marketing. Designed in collaboration with leading universities and top corporations, and delivered by industry experts, choose any of our programs and set yourself on the path to career success. Click the link in the description to know more.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.